Welcome to Legacy of Ferem Season 2, Episode 4. We are rejoining the characters after 2 days of activity after the beautiful and wonderful ceremonial wedding of the great Kosai Elder. We will begin, as we always do, with player and character introductions, along with a tidbit, which is what they were doing during those 2 days.
Alright, my name's Devon. I'm playing Raziel, and what he did during those 2 days is focus on that fucking knife that he got.
Because time with his wife?
Not his new wife, the shiny trinket that he got as a gift.
He's already forced to spend enough time with her, so he can spend 2 days focusing on this shiny little trinket he got.
Alright, Donnie?
Just typed his in chat.
Who should read it? I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
So apparently I'm also the voice of Donnie, who plays Orion, and Orion went back to work.
Wait, what's Orion's full name?
Oh my god, please don't do this to me. I don't know.
FeremS02E04 Orion.
There we go. Okay, so I'm the voice of Donnie, who's playing FeremS02E04 Orion, and Orion went back to work, church, and has been a model citizen, supermodel citizen, the kind that knows people are watching him. And Sakura has been doing the same for obvious reasons.
Okay, that takes us to Lindsay.
Name's Lindsay, playing for Raemus Temperance. And day one afterwards, she spent mostly sleeping and going, I'm never going to become Bonlong again. Day two consisted of getting her ass kicked in what was for some reason called an exam, and now she's suddenly a master of the water style. It was a really confusing day.
Oh, so you spent the second day with Tumnus.
Yep.
Okay, so, alright, so we will begin with,
Wait, you said something.
Oh, I'm sorry, Deja!
And then we have Naya, who spent the whole time trying to run away to the Hodosai.
I'm sorry, I stepped on your panty raid, I'm sure.
I'm Deja, and I'm playing Naya, and I spent my time composing epic love songs and singing them to homeless people while feeding them.
What were the love songs about?
About a tree.
Very big, handsome, wise tree.
Telling everybody how amazing he is.
Alright, do you remember his name?
The Hodosai Elder. Jinenji.
Jinenji, that's right. The gentle giant. Okay, so we will begin with the three actually I forget. Daisha, where is your character staying at the moment? Are you still staying with
the Tekisai, last I heard.
That's right.
Their family probably in 2 days would have headed back to their manor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just the Kosai probably not so gently told them please leave.
Alright, so the four of you will be
I've not seen my betrothed in those 2 days.
Negative. He has not shown up.
Womp womp.
The four of you will each receive a summons. The three of you that are actually members of House Ferem will be summoned to the Ferem Manor. To whom you are going to speak is not actually listed on the letter, but it is official. What's the word for it? It is sealed in the official Elders Council's seal. The last of you, Naya, will be actually given a letter by who is that little boy who was like Orion's shadow, who got the helmet and
The one with the bear ears.
yeah, the bear ears.
Some adorable one.
Yeah.
Wasn't his name Ursa or something like that?
Okay, so Ursa will come to you with a letter that is clearly from your house elder as well.
Okay.
So you will be being taken. Your invitation will take you to a semi-fancy restaurant in town, while the rest of you are headed to the Ferem Manor. Which side would like to go first? No one talking.
If we stay very quiet, he won't pick any of us.
I guess I'll go.
Okay, so Naya, you meet with your elder. You see, you can pick him out because he's got his big jade bow that is the delight of your family. It's grand heirloom. Power bow is sitting on the bench next to him as he sips his tea.
I give him a hug.
He gives you a big smile and has you sit down next to him rather than across. He doesn't really care for that kind of a thing either. He sets his bow across the table and says, "Well, little one, It looks like you're about to go on an adventure, and I just wanted to make sure you were up to the task.
Is it better than this adventure that I'm already on?
Perhaps. And Mei Lin will walk in from the opposite side of the restaurant. Perhaps she was in the chamber, so to speak, when you arrive, and she will sit across from you, and she looks a little haughty and upset.
So it's a day that ends in Y.
More upset than normal, and certainly more haughty.
Happened.
Well, Mei Lin here wishes to know something, but first I want to express the importance of this endeavor that I'm sending on. Now, I assume that you are referring to your wedding, your betrothal?
What about it? No, I meant the fact that I'm being here instead of, somewhere relatively warm.
Oh, well, then you might like this. You are going somewhere much warmer.
Oh, yay.
Now, because of your station and because of who you are being married to, it was the general decision of some of the other elders of our house that you should lead this expedition, but Mei Lin, by tradition, has the right. So,
I don't want to lead anything.
And Mei Lin looks over to him and says, I told you so. He says, very well. Then you shall be her second.
Okay, what am I doing?
Well, it has come time for the great game. Do you remember me telling you about them?
Something, dragons go play, have fun, except not really fun.
Well, no, it should be a grand time. I assume you will have a great time. Proving yourself against your peers, competing in event after event. It is imperative that we do our best to do well, since this is the first time we will be competing in a very long time because we have not had the coin to. The daimyo of the Ferem house has graciously put up a amount of coin for us to be able to attend because she wanted you to go along and get some experience with the Blessed Isle.
Okay.
Well, at least that's part of her
Wait,
reason.
so I get to go to the Blessed Isle?
Indeed, that is where the games are held.
Okay, I can do that.
You will be Mei Lin's second, and you will support her in all things.
Oh, of course, she's wonderful.
And Mei Lin will roll her eyes at you. And, of course, you will do your best to secure good relations with our host house here.
Okay, I can do that.
He looks at you funny, says, okay.
Pretty much. I already have great relations with this house.
So, if there is any questions you have to ask, it's a good thing for you to ask now. Otherwise, I will unfortunately not be able to come with you, and you will be taken care of by the Ferem House members that are going with you. Do you understand?
Members? Who else?
All of the scions, or at least some of the scions of House Ferem are going to go compete as their own team.
Okay.
But in addition
I
to
have
that,
to compete against my friends.
of course, it is a friendly competition.
Okay, I can do that.
It is good. You should do everything you can to bring whatever honor and glory and take up whatever events you believe that you can succeed at.
I shall do my best. She'll be amazing and awesome.
Very good. Now, this set of elemental
Not
games.
as awesome as Malin.
This set of elemental games is water-based, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the other player characters who are sitting around a table talking to Nothi, the LegacyOfFeremS02E04 elder, and
Is this before or after Orion's horrifically late entrance? Because, well, it's Orion.
That's up to Orion. Is he okay?
But he is being extra good right now, remember?
Yeah, he couldn't be on time if his life depended on it.
And sometimes it has, or
All right.
it will eventually.
Orion, give me.
You're so early. You probably were there before everything. It was creepy.
Orion, give me a smarts roll, and we'll see if you get there early.
Do the thing, Father.
Does he have the macros and stuff?
He used it earlier. Did he save it?
I think he did. Oh.
I think that's a you're late.
That's the good answer to that. Oh.
Well, he saved it at least.
And you can set it to,
So I'm going to go ahead and say that Orion went to the castle on accident, realized he went to the wrong place, and then sped back as fast as he could.
Beautiful.
Okay, so the two of you are there, and hear essentially what I just told Naya, and Orion literally walks in as Nothi finishes speaking.
What does Orion say, Father? Hurry up, Father. This is your fault.
He's going to go over there and beat you.
I'm upstairs in a separate room. Of course, Orion is out of breath. Does he actually say anything? Come on. Here, should I do an Orion voice if I am?
Yes, absolutely.
Never ask that question to Flint. He will say yes.
Sorry.
Next
With that voice,
time.
I just see bishiness of just throwing her back, sparkle to the song.
Next time when you are called, young one, perhaps you should come with haste.
Utana probably 20.
Yes, Elder Kosai.
That is a perfect imitation. How did that? Very well. As I was saying, these are the 5th elemental games of Da'an. They are the first elemental games that we have been able to compete in 20 years.
Dawn?
Yes, as in the elemental dragon of water.
I roll my eyes.
Not that anybody can tell.
Exactly.
And yes, it is the most difficult one of these spelled correctly. And Lord knows how you actually pronounce that.
I have to look it up every time I need to type it. That's not how that's
Hasish.
spelled.
You see, I need something to be able to tell when he's doing it in character or not, because there's a very thin line between player and character with Orion.
So, you will be going for the first time in 20, 25 years, I'm not sure, to represent our house. We are looking forward to seeing how you perform, but not only that, we are looking forward to your performance wowing and spectacularly engaging even the great houses. Our daimyo, in her great wisdom, has much riding on this, so it is imperative that you do a particularly spectacular job. We wish you to wow the crowds. Don't just compete to win, but compete with flair.
What does the daimyo have settling on this?
The daimyo and I have discovered that the next great game, the Elemental Games of Mela, 6th of their line, are not going to be held on the Blessed Isle. They are considering holding it in the Threshold. Needless to say, the first Elemental Games not held on the Blessed Isle will bring to the location a prestige and a certain amount of glory that could not be matched in any other fashion. We could essentially put Cherak even further on the map than it already is, and spectacularly increase our incomes with the use of the game itself. Clearly, we are in the north. We are the jewel of Deshaun, and we bring this game to us. We are the high house of the north, after all. Do you understand this? And she looks straight at Raziel.
He shrinks back a little and he goes, so we just do good at the game?
We show the great houses just how pathetic they are compared to us for once. We will be looking down on them. It'll be great.
The Luceosai elder smiles at you and says, "Well spoken, Temperance."
Oh, I've just been grinning smugly into my teacups the entire friggin' time.
It is a time that we can finally throw some dirt in their faces and show them that we are no mere hedge house, that we are the high house of the north and deserve their respect. Now, as for getting the great games brought to us, the only houses that have ever hosted a great games have been great houses. We being the first non-great house to hold one of these games will put us on a footing with them that they cannot ignore. It will bring a notice of our house straight to the Empress. With that, the daimyo hopes to ignoble our house even beyond its current status. Do you understand, Scion?
Sounds simple enough.
This was Nothi speaking, yeah?
That was actually the Elder Luceosai.
Utana?
Yes.
Of course,
Yes, Elder Luceosai. Gladly.
Nothi will then pipe up again. Now, as far as it being easy or simple, that is the furthest matter from true. You are used to how we do things here in Cherak. Our house is well organized. It is efficient. It is made to conduct itself in a manner that I would dare say is even rational. However, the Blessed Isle is a place where the politics of our small city would be dwarfed in moments, and the complexities of dynastic life will make your head swim. It will take much of our trip for me to explain to you the complexities involved in this venture. And I hate to bring this up, but it is a venture that only you, Elder Kosai, will be able to fully take fruition.
What does that mean?
You'll be representing the family and the Jewel of Deshaun.
You are quite right, Temperance. They will not deal with me. I cannot be the one to stand as your face in matters. I am not a dragon. I can be there as an aide, but most of the time I won't even be allowed to talk.
Orion remains silent.
Yeah, puckers his anus.
With his anus puckering into his neck. Okay.
Well, I will be able to go with you and a couple of the other elders. It is your job in your position within our house to take care of diplomatic and negotiatory matters, and the other houses will know it. If you send a different elder, they may see it as an affront. We send me, they will definitely see it as an affront.
Wait, so we're both playing the games and dealing with diplomatic negotiations at the same time?
Technically, you're doing the latter part.
Well, I would
Oh.
hope that the rest of you would help him.
Well, of course, no-sama. It also probably should go without saying that the less you speak of, rather, you should speak only that you are Kosai, Razielma. Let's just say lost eggs aren't exactly something the great houses are allowed to see.
Now, I will say that there are some difficulties about getting you there on time. We had to make certain trades, and this is when a waft of flowery scent kind of fills the room as the door darkens and Isser walks in. She's just saying that she had to make a deal to get on my boat.
Hi, Sarah.
Well, then you're going to be making a wonderful
Sama.
entrance. I say that to Raziel.
We will be traveling by my airship. Well, by my company's airship. And I will be happy to ferry you and the other houses along. At this point, Nothi will look at him as if she had no idea what he's talking about, and then squints her eyes. Other houses?
There is a whole bunch of wedding guests.
Ah, yes, there are a few of those who have decided to pay the toll, but others are just willing to take more manageable passage. Besides, there's only so much room on this small airship. But
I'm calling it now. This airship is gonna be fucking giant.
Sarah doesn't do anything small.
But you were not the only ones who approached me about going upon the airship. And first come, first serve, so I had to serve as many as who came. Well, mostly. And then, gritting her teeth, she will say, and the other ones will be? You expect me to give you information based on my customers? Why, that's just outrageous. Why would I ever deem to give out so much information for a trifle to nothing? And she just looks over to Raziel.
What does she do?
She
Wow,
looks,
this tea's really good.
she looks
Oh, look,
at
a tea
you.
sandwich.
I seriously didn't hear what you said, though.
Nothi looks over to you angry.
Did I do something?
No, he wishes you to do him a boon as part of the payment, and he has apparently done other things that I was unaware of.
Are you talking about the dance with the daimyo? Because I'm pretty sure everybody was aware of that.
Yes, though she has been complaining about that for some time.
I'm sure Yutana is snickering into her tea at this moment.
Yes, she is.
I love the elder of Lysaeus.
And then Yutana, I can never say her name right. Yutana will whisper something to herself. Is anyone actually trying to listen to her?
I am.
All right.
I'm the notice monkey.
I'll listen because I'm. Yeah.
All right. Raziel, I'll give you the roll.
Hooray! Let me do the shit.
Oh, that's temperance. Okay.
Yep.
Woo! We look so good.
What the hell?
Okay,
good.
something went wrong.
Oh, you don't put in the +2, you just say 2.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, you broke the code.
I did. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
That looked better.
Hell yeah.
She mutters into her teacup that the lady does protest
I was worth that. So
and snickers words. Where was I? The elder or the esteemed prince wishes you to take him as your personal attaché. Thus he can go anywhere you go.
Out of character. Does this mean I can't bring Daho?
No.
You can do what you want. You're the elder.
I still want to bring Daho.
This might get tied up with the cargo on the bottom of the ship.
I mean, if it gets us there, I don't really see the problem.
Then Isser will clap his hands together happily and say, very well. Since that is taken care of, I was merely stopping by to let you know that you have a few hours before the ship arrives and then another hour before it. Please be prompt at the airs. Give a bow to the room and walk out.
I sigh heavily and refill Raziel's teacup.
You refill the still full teacup.
Yeah, I top it off lightly.
Itana will then tap her cup with her sugar spoon and
Oh,
say,
of course.
now, there is one matter to take care of. Ordinarily, we would give this position to the Elder of Kosai, but he has many other things on plate, so we were going to leave it up to the three of you to decide who will be your team captain.
I glance over at the others. I glance at her. I glance at the others. I give her a funny look. I would presume myself.
I'll do it.
Said Orion.
I just look at him like, are you fucking insane?
He gives a solemn nod.
like I said, we are going to let the three of you decide. We would wish that Adal was here, but he is still missing.
He's probably still locked up in his lab.
No,
He
he's
doesn't.
not.
What?
His lab is empty.
Someone let him in there? That lab doesn't let people in it. I'm aware of the sentence I just said.
It does, however, answer questions and ask them.
Oh, good. You know this, which, I'm assuming the Techie Psi Elder is trying to keep this relatively calm then.
Indeed, we have not let it slip out to anyone. We have only informed one member of the White Cloaks who is beginning to look for it, and now two, of course.
I'm sure he's just off on some adventure or some job.
We have begun looking for him. It is entirely possible he decided to run the monkey without telling us, but we hope that perhaps he knew.
That would be... I do not think he would do that given the stipulation we already have around any future runnings of the monkey we need to Lady Elma.
Well, that is why we call it running a monkey. Rarely happens when we think it should or have it planned.
Indeed. Well, for everyone's sake, let's hope that is what he's doing and having fun on an adventure.
Indeed.
Oh, how is this I do not know if you would know, Lady Elma. How is this affecting Dinah's house moving in?
The Geta, you mean?
Yes.
They are currently on hold.
So they're aware.
They are not yet aware.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well then, for everyone's sake, let's hope.
Our current line is to wait for them to come to us to ask, and when we do, we will deny that he has gone missing, and instead say that he's off on a well, the best thing. I'm sorry.
Task.
Yes, essentially looking for something for the wedding.
The Techie Psi will certainly have their handful.
Do you have any questions at this moment?
Where will we be? Is arrangements for where we're staying and all that are care of on Blessed Isle?
That has been taken care of as part of our package deal with Sarah.
Oh.
How long are we going to be there?
I'm sorry?
The games are usually...
How long are we going to be there?
The games last for 2 weeks. We'll be there a day early and then leave a day after.
We'll be back here probably around Woodson. Or the last month of water.
It would be descending water likely.
Yeah.
Though if you need more time for your negotiations, that is acceptable, but generally they announce where the next games are at ending ceremony. So imperative that you make whatever connection necessary, get this honor bestowed to our house before the end ceremony.
Is there any houses that we should look out for? Grudges, perhaps?
I give him another weird look.
Or, I'm sorry, grudges, perhaps?
If you made any enemies while at the House of Bells, perhaps, Orion. After all, many of the people we'll be competing with are around our age.
Oh, they will be around your age. Only people only dragon dynasts up to the age of 25 may end game.
I was afraid of that.
As far as people you look out for, if the Margard have managed to scrape up their few scions, send them, they would certainly be some that I would worried of. But we have had so little dealings with the Blessed Isle direct for the last 40 years, I doubt that there is a particular grudge. Though the other three high houses might looking for the same honors that we are, hosting a great game. Is that understood?
Hi.
Type faster.
Elder Zama?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to the group.
Oh, well, I'm about to answer for Orion. That's what I was waiting for.
Orion, then you.
Is sabotage a normal part of the game?
No.
They don't call it something so bold.
Messing with your opponents is something that get you thrown out of the...
Of course.
Not.
Now, the daimyo has required that you participate 2 of the events of water. These are the most prestigious and most eye-catching of these mirror events. No, they are... Are they all water?
You should definitely do the voice instead. I just fucking butcher it.
No, Orion. They are not all water. There are 2 different sets. There are elemental games that are for the element of year, and there are games which are called Can Element Occur every time Great Game occur. And you are not required to participate in any of those, but the Lady Daimyo would encourage you to participate in as many that feel you are up to. We do have to pay for entry, though, so if you are not skilled at the particular event, we encourage you to pass upon. The 2 events that the Lady Daimyo wishes you to participate in are Da'an's Title Cup and the great race of this year, which is the Eagle Isle and Regatta.
And what do these games entail?
Well, the Title Cup is the house tournament that is held each great game. Each time it is a unique set of events that you must deal with without prior knowledge of what they entail, and do so with as much grace and poise as you are capable. The regatta, every single one of the great element games has its own form of a great race. In this one, it is a boat, or a regatta.
Hell yeah, I get to use my boating.
Other than these, you are welcome to join any of the other events that you feel you can place well in.
Sounds alright, understood.
I will be applying with you for you the post that we received for this, which contains a calendar of all of the events. But in addition to that, LegacyOfFeremS02E04, we truly do need, and we need to talk and discuss your strategies for the negotiations.
Which say Osai-sama. I'm assuming not me.
I'm
You
sorry.
meant Osai,
That
didn't
was
you?
yes. That was directed towards Raziel.
I was like, well, nobody would be addressing Osama.
Oh, all right.
Now we are also paying to have the Geta go with because we should raise their house to some level of notice as well. So intimately associated with ours, do not want them considered some stone that be hung around our neck. So getting them somebody helps us again. You understand?
How much of the Geta is coming with us?
Only their scion. We'd not have enough room bringing.
All right.
So I will be acting as their coach.
And by coach, she totally means shepherd.
That's right, you have Shepherd around us there.
The other thing is, you three shall decide which of the scions you wish to take with you as well. The games are only open to those who can access their Esto, so taking anyone who is mortal, they will only be there to assist you outside of games. Is this understood?
Yes, Elder Sama.
Very well. I have my own things get ready, so I shall your own, even about 3 hours. So think quickly, make your decisions that you need to quickly, and make certain that each and every choice you make is one that you will be able to live. Yes! Sorry. And I will reconvene with you at the Airspire in Glacial. Good day.
Good day, Noki Sama.
Good day, Lady Elder-sama. No-sama.
Yatana will look up at you, Temperance, and say, 1 second.
Yes, Lady Elma.
Now, I know it may be a little out of sorts for me to say so, but I know which event pick. Please, give them a few punches in the face.
Oh, I like that more, Sama.
There's nothing more gratifying, just slapping the smugness of one of their imperial faces.
I was thinking perhaps one for every time they called me a savage. Oh, I might break my fist at that, though.
Don't do anything to get yourself thrown out, Stan. No, you have a temper.
I would not risk that sort of repercussion from Nostalgia, Sama.
I am sorry to say he won't be going.
He mentioned, I figured much. He just came up here. It would be unlikely to make sure back.
Well, go on. I expect that you will have a lot to discuss for fellow science.
Indeed. Thank you again for your time, Lady Elsa. Bow deeply and head out.
She'll give you a little head nod. So the three of you will meet up on the stairs outside.
What do you mean you're going to be the one in charge? You're a 6-foot-something enormous brute of a man.
Why not?
You're an enormous brute of a man.
So?
Temperance normally takes better charge.
Do you know how hysterical it will be for us to go back to the... Of course you do. You went to the House of Bells. To go back to the Blessed Isle. To show up going, we are the Jewel of Deshaun. And we're led by the most hulking, manliest thing we could find. Outside, yeah. You understand, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to be in charge either because I don't back there, but I do, but I don't. I don't want to deal with great house members. So, who wants food?
Did Temperance just ask who wants food?
Yes.
Don't we only have like 4 hours before we leave?
There's street stalls on the way to wherever we need to pack. Ah, crap, I need to haha.
Stryker walks up to you. You said something?
Oh, good, you too. Probably should talk to you. All those things on my desk that need to be done in the next few weeks, and all your stuff that you have put on my desk that need to be done 3 weeks ago.
You have stuff under my stuff?
Surprisingly. You have to do them all.
What? No, that's not how this works.
I'm going to, actually, I'm higher rank you, but besides that point, I'm getting ready to head to the Blessed Isle.
Why?
The great game.
Alright.
I get to punch great house members in the face.
They usually punch back.
It sounded like a little T-Rex.
They usually punch back.
Yeah, I know. And it's gonna feel so good when they're on the ground crying.
Temperance is good at punching.
I don't doubt that. It's sealed.
Steve sudden flashback. No, we have to ask the question before punching. Whatever, she'll figure it out. So, we're going to be put back on you until I get back.
I didn't approve it. I don't know why we're doing it.
Fame, glory, making our family look better. More income so that can have better booze.
Okay, I'm starting to see where the line.
I'll try to bring you back something nice.
Alright, but next time you really should put more notice in.
Yeah, I keep trying to do that and it keeps never working out.
He will walk off into the into the off screen. Is there anything?
Throws of throngs of people.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you go, or people that
I'm
you
getting
want to
Daho.
contact? You're getting Daho.
We all start to. Wait. We need to figure out who we're taking.
I'm getting Daho
Why are you bringing Daho?
because Daho
Is good at what in
he has potential.
He's not even blooded. Is he blooded? I'm pretty sure he's not blooded.
He makes for good company.
We need to bring people to compete with us.
I'm bringing Daho.
Are you going to enter? Please don't enter him in the mortal games.
No. He would die.
Yes, he would. That's the point of those games. Okay, so we're going to have 2 teammates. So who do we want to bring with us?
I regret nothing.
Our mage is, since our sorcerer is busy, And
Wait,
our
wait.
archer medic is not part of the family.
Where's Naya? I mean, she's coming with us.
The archer medic is not part of our family. That is completely up to the get house. For this event, we're not family. Actually, until Wood gets around, we're not family.
Right.
I mean, technically, Orion is kind of barely family at this point.
What?
Please read Orion's thing.
Should I bring Sakura or leave her here?
I'm pretty sure we're only allowed to bring the other scions we're taking with us. I mean, we could talk to Sarah to see if he'll let us bring passengers, but I'm pretty sure he's going to bill it.
I think that goes.
Because I'd like to bring Taha. I'm sure she's never been to the Blessed Isle.
Well, Sakura is kind of.
Okay, what is she good at?
She has that weird kind of fire thing.
You mean the good old fire-blooded half?
Yeah.
We're going up against Hathex, and I am blanking on all of the firehouse right now.
Cathex, SS.
Cestus, there's the other. We're going up against Hathex and Cestus dragons. And yeah, you could probably convince a Catholic to run off a cliff once, but...
I see.
Orion, those aren't Olympic skills.
Singing, throwing fireballs, drinking.
Look,
You didn't specify.
was I the only person listening to the meeting?
What?
No, I was listening.
You're bringing Daho. I don't think you were listening.
Yeah, but
Let's just go talk with Sarah-san, see if he will let us guess that in addition to 3 scions we'll be taking with us, and go from there in our limited amount of time. Does that sound like a plan?
Yep.
Great. And on the way, let's discuss who we're taking with us, because we have to let them know so that Kabuto, he wouldn't be a bad choice.
what about that weird dude that was stalking you when we went to the
Like I said, people who will win things. We need blooded that are powerful enough to take on dragons, which limits the pull down quite significantly.
We're kind of short on dragons.
Very, considering 2 of aren't even. You're both dragons as far as concerned around the island. Don't make any mention that you're lost eggs. Anyways, Kabuto-san is a good choice. I don't know what Jago-san could do, but he's very powerful. That really big burly one, the Dono-sai, Milk-sai, I don't know what
I want to say mine.
I guess, I don't know people's names.
We could invent Margard scions. They are house for him.
We're not.
No-san said that they're going separate routes.
Margard are not house around.
Yeah.
Margard is its own house.
They don't like us. That wasn't in quote.
That was a big quote. Shame on you.
It seems like a thing that he'd say after getting corrected.
Oh, they are, they really are, but don't tell them that.
So should we go ask Sarah if we can bring guests first?
That's where we're heading.
Walking around.
Okay, you read what, Little Nexus to find him?
Oh,
And this-
or the Airspire.
Which
The Airspire
one?
is probably closer.
Which one do you go to?
Which one's more likely he's going to be at?
Judgment.
He would have already told everybody. He would have already
What
ordered all the
about
groups.
food? You promised.
I point to several of the stands we're walking by.
Let's go to the Airspire first.
Yeah, let's go to the Airspire. He's bound to be there. I imagine he's already ordered all of his sent.
Yep.
Okay.
Orion just what did I think to go get food.
That's about right. So you.
Hopefully he doesn't and show up late for the ship taking off.
Yep. Nope.
That's clearly gonna happen.
He's gonna have to jump on it like a freaking ape.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the Airspire, which is
Okay.
thankfully in the same district.
Yes, it is. Considering that Frem Manor has a gate district. So you reach the Airspire. You
Everything's
indeed,
a white
you indeed find you do indeed find his hair. He's standing there. Ziki is with him. Taziki will walk up to Lady Companion. How may I help you?
Ziki? Oh, by the way,
His name is Zare.
I'm, Iana-san, thank you for that rest gave the other day.
Oh, I am happy.
Lady, or, name, Elder Kosai-sama wishes there.
The apprentice
Out of
is.
character. Why me?
I don't know, you have this shiny title, and you're his pupil, and yes.
Your title is like 10 times longer than mine. Okay.
No, it's
But
not.
it's missing an important word. Elder.
Who are you? Second in command to the White Cloaks. Who's that? Leader of an entire family? Yeah, you're trash.
The Lord Dragon Apprentice, of course, always welcomes a mentor's side. This
Oh
way.
yeah, I'm still technically his apprentice, aren't I?
You are for a while.
I worked for a long time.
Or like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rule 1,
pretty
read the
much.
contract,
I would
sucker.
say until he dies,
did
but
read the
he's the
contract.
wood, so...
So you are taken in and shown to a Sare, who you could see through the window. And he looks over to you, and he is currently talking to a dragon who I know you've seen before, but give me a smart.
Do.
I checked as if I thought I ate that. I'm good.
Okay.
That's 4.
That is Lady.
My wild die did things.
Oh my god.
I only called for a roll from Raziel. He's the one that went in.
But this just proves I'm so good at recognizable. I don't know why he has this talent.
Question. Are we
Keep
just
going
not
along.
doing Benny this game?
Oh, no, we are.
We are?
Poof, you have Benny.
Oh, thanks.
macros.
Oh shoot, that's cool.
Yeah, I made a table for it. You guys should all have access to it.
Yeah, we do. I forgot to do it.
I don't have anything.
It's under the where you made the macro.
I didn't.
Why'd I do 6 of them? I don't know.
I didn't make a macro. I've just been copying and
4.
pasting it.
Oh, it's on the what looks like the menu screen above your chat.
Above the chat.
4. Yeah, 2 ugly red Benny, black Benny, and an ugly white Benny.
I have 1 blue and 2 green.
Can I just like roll a d6 and?
Or you can take my other 3 that I actually.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll take the last 3.
That works. So what is that?
I don't have
A black and 2 blue?
I got 2 black and a blue.
No, you have 1 black and 2 blue.
That is
Oh,
correct.
wait, really?
Yes.
Okay, 1 black, 2 blue.
Okay, so you have engaged Issair. Looks over, curious what you.
Hold on, I gotta write down.
Go alone.
Okay.
Issair went in, or Raziel went in alone.
Okay.
Okay, so Raziel recognized the person. Who was it?
That would be Lady Myrta Margard, or Margard Myrta.
Okay.
Remember who that is? Out of character? Take that as a no.
Forgive me, my memory is the most horrible thing in existence.
She's the head of House Margard.
Which one was that?
The one that
That's
doesn't
the-
like us.
The one that was making baby dragons?
The one that was making
We have no proof of that.
you have no proof of that yet, but the one that is the rival of House Ren.
Okay. Okay. Is there, Sama, I apologize. I just had a few small questions about the voyage trip.
He looks over you and says, "No, it is quite all right. Come on in. I had just ended this conversation anyway." And Myrta will give him a slight nod and walk out. What
To
is it?
ask about it or not to ask about it? That is the question.
What is on your mind, apprentice?
We were discussing who we would be taking with us to the games, and the question came up on whether or not we could invite separate guests along with our teammate.
Well, I would be willing to ferry extra passengers given 2 conditions.
Yes.
1, that they be sharing any room, that any of these would be sharing the rooms that you already have, because I
Alright.
have no more available.
You have no more out of character. He just said they had no more rooms available.
Correct.
I'm sorry. Everybody sounds like shit on the side.
Sorry. And the second is that you perform a favor for me when we get Blood Isle. Nothing big, but your position as within your house gives access to soirees and other parties that I would not necessarily normally have access. If go to them, then I can.
Isn't that already how it's sort of happening?
Yes, except that now you will go to the ones I ask you.
And all right.
Very well. For each member that you wish to bring along with you, I shall ask to go to a particular soiree for me. Agreed?
Sounds fair enough.
How many events shall I plan for?
I will have to get back to you on that because as of the moment we hadn't exactly discussed who we were going to be taking with us since we weren't sure if we'd be taking them or not. But at the moment I would say 3, though that's not a solid number quite yet.
Well, I'm certainly willing to take a moment. After that, updating it down will be rather disastrous. Someone updating it up rather possible.
Well, I will be sure to let you know for me.
Very well. Good doing business, my apprentice.
Thank you, Elder. Nope, not Elder Sama. Sarah Sama.
He will accept El Salman title.
All right, and I'll go back outside. And just
We're eating burritos.
Oh, far.
wait. Hopefully you guys are still in sight.
Yeah, we didn't go far. He handed me a burrito.
Ah.
You can see our conversation in the chat.
So we can bring guests.
Oh, good.
I said that we were bringing 3 right now because it sounded like you guys both wanted to bring somebody, and I'm bringing somebody too.
That way, Daho doesn't count as one of our 3. Great. Now we have to pick 3 people. Do you know any other talent scions?
We have Jago. We have.
Kabuto-san, the big
We were
burly
con-
guy-san, and yeah.
Well, that's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, we had a.
That's true. Let me see if my notes have anything. Spoiler alert, they don't.
You guys just want do
she's
you
not
guys
sorry.
do you guys just want me to recite the different scion or let it scion?
I have a pretty good idea of them all. Temperance is just temperance.
Oh, okay.
And which is why I just correct you on who the family Kakashi.
I didn't say anything about Kosh.
Oh, Orion did. I thought you did.
No, he is
Right
not
after yours.
sorry.
I was about to go. Bad Flint. No urine.
I know my end. I just don't know your end.
Ah, shit.
You know,
now
at
I'm
least,
wondering
you know
if
at least some of them. I've given you the character for a lot. One of which relevant to this town. 3 of which are relevant.
Now I'm wondering if I should bring Hyunju or not. Ugh.
She's not out of character. Is she blooded? No, she's
I don't
mortal.
think
That's
we
right.
ever-
She's
I think-
mortal and
I
it's
think
really
she's
weird.
mortal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He isn't.
That's right. That's one of the talking points that I'm sure was going on during that wedding.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's probably for the best she'll pick the wife. We're trying to look important. That's not.
Yeah, good point.
This is our leader, scrawny small child, who's married to a mortal and the last hope of his family. And a lost egg.
Why, thanks.
Yeah, that's why we're not mentioning those.
I honestly can't think of anybody else out of character because I'm just bad at that.
So we'll probably discuss that. It's like, yeah, so there's 3. So we'll have to go find them. Oh, the big one's one of the royal guard. I don't gonna be allowed. Part of the castle guard, is he? He might not be able to go.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask, would
Yes,
it?
Daimyo, I'm glad you volunteered.
Oh no. Oh no.
And you can also ask Jagos. He's back where you'll be going to pack. And Orion can go ask Bujo since that's back where he's gonna pack. And I'm gonna go to the other side of town and go see Tachan. Great, I'm glad we have this discussed. Delegate.
Okay. I don't want to have to talk to Daimyo. Temperance, can you do that?
I'm gone.
Temperance, please come back.
I smile, bow slightly, and gone.
And Raziel continues to die.
Alright, posting something to the group is...
Wait,
posting not yet.
Well, I'm asking where it's going to be posted.
The Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay,
See, that's why I asked, because I didn't know.
we would have figured out through process.
You know what? But now we don't have to, because I asked.
Or do you?
I did ask. Don't do that. I did ask. I absolutely did.
I hate
Don't
that.
have to talk to
There.
you.
Let's see, Bisu's flooded, yeah?
Gonna have to talk to him.
Bisu's lucky.
There. And now it'll take forever to load.
Flint, Bisu's blooded, yeah?
Bisu?
Ibisu.
Oh, Ibisu. Yeah.
He's too lucky not to
Also,
be blooded.
Flint.
Yes, what? Hello?
Hey, what does my fucking knife do?
You don't know.
You gotta meditate on that shit.
Why is it so quiet?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you
Hola.
hear me?
Hello?
We can
Hello?
hear you.
I hear y'all.
Devon, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, well, fucking talk.
We're all talking.
We're all talking.
Can't hear anybody.
Reload.
I
Okay, so,
Can you hear us now?
can hear you now.
awesome.
Yay.
I
Nice
mean,
shit.
how unfortunate. Okay.
That's really funny with your hangout picture.
But you
You
smell
know
like
what? Oh, look who finally decided to talk.
Yay! Are you gonna talk now?
it. No.
Oh, great. Then we get to keep making fun of your voice.
Alright, so, I put up an itinerary, or calendar, or whatever you call it. This is something that'll essentially be given to you when you get on the ship by note.
I like how your second page 2 letters.
Yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen, but the preview didn't show that, so yeah. Is it even 2 letters?
Yeah,
It's an L, an S, and I think an L. One of them's underlined in bold.
Anyway, so there you have it.
What timeline? Are they happening at the same time? Or are they like premiere first and then Penn
So-
Elemental in the afternoon?
Oh, you mean as far as the other stuff goes? They actually happen pretty much at the same time.
Oh, good. So it's like actual Olympics.
Yep.
Who wants to be up at 3 a.m. to watch horse race or to watch equestrian? Or water.
So basically,
don't
if you're
forget
in
Saturday
the dueling boat,
Hey,
really good.
Flint,
Yeah.
Flint.
Yes?
What does my fucking knife do?
You don't know.
You at this if
I
Raz
have
asks that,
to-
if Raz
I-
asks that out loud, Temperance is going to basically throw him at Thomas.
I've been working on trying to figure it out for like 2 days. Isn't that not enough
How long did it take Orion?
He went and abandoned while everyone was getting murdered and almost got implicated in the murder of a important great house member.
After
and
he
whose
went
fault
through
was
the
that?
trials of
It-
becoming an adult.
he went...
Yeah, after deflowering Sakura.
Yeah, but he also went to a location that was especially attuned in order to go and
He was
meditate
he
there.
was at a fire.
That said, you want to try to attune your blade?
Yes, that shit is cool.
All I'm seeing is him just glaring at him, holding his knife and glaring at it for hours at a time, just going, "How do I use you?"
Okay,
At
I'm
which
gonna
point,
go-
I'm pretty sure his wife shook her head as she left the room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can go ahead
No
and
doubt
attempt to attune to it, but let me explain to me how you are trying to attune.
Better not be trying to attune to it right now. He's got Daimyo's to talk to. Damn it,
Shut up. Popping a squat and meditating.
Okay.
we're gonna be here.
Just in the middle of the street.
No, like this is from like what he was doing in the 2 days prior.
Okay. So
Oh.
so you.
Said that in my tidbit, you guys.
Yes, I realize. So you pull out your dragon's fang and
That's
just
what they
set.
call it these days.
That's what that weapon is called. And always has
I
been.
know. It was a joke. I'm funny.
It's hilarious. And stare at it for 2 days and attempt to meditate on it. This yields nothing.
Wonderful. Is this the type of knife that I just have to stab somebody with and it starts to work?
Find out. His name is with power.
I've already done that campaign. Wrong.
So.
Well, who then?
So you chose Jago, Mai, and
We will attempt to choose Jago, Mai, and Kabuto.
Okay. So is Donnie actually talking or not?
No, he's typing.
Okay, probably good.
He's asking what the twin tournaments of what are the twin tournaments of Dawn.
Everybody knows who Dawn is.
Yes, I
Okay.
would hope so.
The twin tournaments of Dawn are her 2 favored martial skill, or is her favored martial skill. There is a lesser tournament and a greater tournament. The lesser tournament is for terrestrial martial arts. The greater tournament is for celestial.
Thumbs up.
Uh,
Oh god, now I have the image in my head of Thomas doing the Master Roshi thing and dressing up and pretending to be young.
Dressing up young.
In the original Dragon Ball, Master Roshi dressed up as Johnny Lee, or he dressed up as a competitor that was Master Roshi. Test them, and I just see him Thomas dressing up for like, "Hello, fellow young kids. I am new at this martial arts. Let us see how we do." And then proceeds to beat crap out of everybody.
Does anyone else have any questions on that?
Oh, I'm sure I will have questions that will come up to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
To speed things up a little bit, yes, Maya is allowed to go if you him go with you. He's released from duties as an elder guard for the time being, though they more or less just assigned him to protect Raziel anyway. So he will be following you around along with Terra.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, that's gonna break Mai. Mai's gonna have an aneurysm.
And Kabuto and Jago are both thrilled that you chose them.
I'm pretty sure Jago just had bag packed instantaneously.
Actually, he had bag packed already because he assumed you would pick him. What else would you?
He didn't want
True.
to assume.
And what about Daho?
Daho?
What about my little baby Daho?
Daho was actually being prepared to be shipped out to a far distant part of the realm.
Well, he's going to a far distant part of the realm.
Yeah, well, that is technically true. Yes, fine. He was being shipped off to a distant part of the satrap.
I just realized that Raziel's just doing so much to continue to sour the Malksai relationship with Kosa.
What do you mean?
He failed. He must be punished. I'm taking him with me to the Blessed Isle. Bitch!
He has
He's
to
my
act as my
child. Well, he's
servant.
my child now. Thank you.
He has to act as my servant continuously as for the punishment thing.
Yeah, so his so their scion is now relegated to servitude.
Yeah, there's also that Daho could never have been a scion because he's not an adult.
That's true, and neither could Rinji.
Yeah, well, Rinji has to go somehow survive a month with Sandro and Sandro's daughter and not die from Sandro.
All right, so the Malkusai will agree to the terms that he is your servant for that time in order to learn and learn his place better, acting as like I said, the elders place Maya as your protector, and they allow him Jago or pact.
Jago would have been so upset if we didn't pick him.
Are you kidding? Would have at least until it changes.
He's already on. He's always been on Temperance list of people you don't want hits off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's more wary of Jago than she is of Astaire.
Raziel doesn't see an issue with either of them. They're great people.
And that's why,
Except for the
why
fact that
Raziel
Sarah
is
made-
a snowflake that must be protected.
Except for the fact that Sarah made him dance with the daimyo, because that fucking sucked.
Except that was the part where that wasn't your dance, him dance her, that part.
That's very true, but
That is why she's going to kill him.
oh yeah.
So the group you up just for the time or special. Assume also that Orion.
He was going to, and then he decided to bring the ancient guy. Really?
Well, I mean, could bring two, gonna make me go to another
their house
damn thing.
But anyway, brutal.
Given their behavior at the
Oh yeah, how's Chaperone going ahead? Because I'm not Chaperone yet.
Well, if he's bringing if he's bringing Sakura, then Chaperone have to.
Oh god, you're gonna force me to take another guess.
I'm already, but Taha's coming. I'm just imagining just Temperance like looking at his guard, going, "Hi, you're coming with. You have no time left packed." Just like,
my thought is the appearance Delia with how she was acting at the whatchamacallit spa thing? Yeah, would they allow her to go? Because
Well,
even
the
though
thing
she's
is-
not cheating, she'd still be representative.
What was make?
He didn't.
"Hey, Gata, stop trying to sabotage our family."
You're the one bringing the crazy person.
I'm not bringing crazy person. I'm bringing people.
Bring in the shameful one.
No,
I have three
I'm not
different
bringing any
people
shameful
following
people.
me.
Oh god, you're bringing Daho and Malin's in charge of the Gata.
Yeah.
And Kabuto's come. Oh, this is just gonna be good.
That's
This
true.
will probably be the first time Malin's my. It's just gonna be.
Oh boy.
I wonder how Malin would
Hey,
Malin
Malin,
be
what'd you guys bring?
interested
The
in-
useless one and 3 hot ones.
Okay, so the group of Ferem Scion Team Ferem will gather up along with their extra baggage, so to speak, at the air spire and slowly go up like 30 stories that air spire, which yes, have to walk up.
Okay.
And eventually top. 7 members of Team Geta are there. Malin stand amongst them and kind of pull about. And of course, Temperance, give me a notice check. Void.
Sure.
Naya.
I will throw him off this fire.
No, Naya.
Oh, that's actually not bad for me.
All right. You get the drop
want-
on her.
Yeah, actually, I'm so distracted and happy of having Haha with. I'm like holding luggage on my shoulder and her on my around on the other side. I'm just happy.
You're like holding her around the waist or something?
Probably her shoulders.
Okay. Naya, are you gonna glomp her? Cause she's coming.
What did Maylin come?
She's basically been ordering everybody around and trying
probably told the way.
to explain to people how they act around Dragon Isle. Note the occasionally giving her nods correct why.
Wait, is nothing coming with?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, she's correcting her.
Yes.
She's hurting us. She's her chaperone Gata fan.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
Because I'm the only person who paid attention to a tea party.
See, Maylin's a little arrogant and entitled and being boss.
Yeah, but we're bringing 3 hot guys. Fine.
No one cares about the inch one.
She hasn't even met Mai. I don't know how much pay attention to Jago.
No, he's just
Oh, right. She only wants the dark.
generic.
Ooh, he's gonna get to ruin expensive
He's
realm clothes.
god-blooded rather than just being elemented.
Or no, not a godblood. Those gods get around.
Okay, yes, I will go glomp temple.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say
And there goes haha.
you guys are going to go ahead and collide. The House Geta will snicker and laugh a bit. Orion and Kura will catch you guys half step back downstairs. And is there anything you guys want to?
Hi. We've yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that on the stairs.
It's fine. She's fine. Come on, push Naya.
Alright, I'm back to
She
me.
just trots off backward.
Yeah, ignoring everybody else, and I still haven't noticed that there's no doll.
That's okay.
I think-
Go ahead.
I thought that she noticed at the wedding when the seat next to her was empty.
Oh, she
Yeah, I
did.
figured it just in
From wedding Haru.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the big airship, mostly balloon, kind of like those Zeppelin vessel Warcraft
It's a Zeppelin.
setting. It's a small sailing. Or it's around the size of a merchantman or a small galleon. It has move around 56 and large cargo.
Razzie 100% mutters, "This small?"
Sarah's already on the way up. Gang says, "Welcome to Gladius. Your quarters will be around back towards the rear of the vessel. These men will, of course, show you the way. Careful of the other guests. I do have to say, Lady Noki and Elder, I had turned back much of her extra baggage.
Tempest is just gonna assume that was all Jago.
Say what grounds we take back was part of the arrangement. When a great house member quests ferry back his fallen relatives, thing not.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Finally got back free.
So I unfortunately moved many things, make horses or
Oh
other.
good, there's ponies on the ship.
Yep, you always like.
That's out of
flying.
character. That's just out of character from past experience ponies.
So I unfortunately had to send. I apologize. That is the way.
I know he has love that's hot top.
Yes. she just-
Raziel doesn't care because all of his shit is pretty much hacked for him because he grossly underpacked.
Well, we'll look
Except
at
that
this.
you didn't pack for
Don't
you.
worry, Raziel. We can look at this as a blessing. You'll be able to dress in the
Yeah.
latest realm style once you get over there.
That sounds
Quite astute, the ship. When you get on board, you'll find a cabin for each of you Scion. By that, I mean greater Scion 1. Then, so you have a total of 4 or 5. I don't know how you split up.
Why did I draw claws for these?
They're all pretty.
I know, but I pictured a broom closet. Just here you go. 3 blocks off.
well. I'm assuming Jago's automatically going to be clean room.
Oh, you def temp, but
We will search all the rooms and try to pick the biggest one. It doesn't matter where Orion ends up, it's not going to fit them. My prop doesn't fit them.
very true. Skuro will be bunked with the Temperance have any problem?
No.
Okay.
Like, a little annoyed, but it's not it's like kind of should affect.
Alright. Okay. I guess Skura, Waver, and Jog having her. So
I
you
can
guys
see it.
you guys settle into your very cramped table. And the ship takes unanchors from air fire and south. Madtech Vortis whirl along has sound
Ah,
as
that's
it
nice comforting.
pushes itself particularly loud no back but it's more of a heavy rum as you are brought table dinner customers vessel will dinus.
I'm fine, Dad.
Okay, there is Sarah. Yes.
You don't get a choice. I will drag.
Yeah. No. Not
I'm
only
sorry,
will
Nofi's there.
be like,
Nofi
no,
will
you got to do that, but Nofi will like the fuck out there.
Nothing's not invited.
Huh? Nothi was invited.
Why would they want a mortal at their
Now I feel bad.
No, you're just in the middle of a giant war tower. It's kind of like a custody battle.
You're actually placed at the high seat, right next to high seat.
Oh well, I'd like to say that I'm surprised,
The
but I'm
10th is
not.
someone higher rank round.
The other side of the table taken.
Oh yeah, that. But after that, the rest of the times, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well then I'm going to the next spot then.
Well, it appears they had bring several other tables who are also dining with Team Geta, and Margard and one Cessa.
Cessus may be allowed to sit ahead of me. Everybody else not.
Wait, that's the one that was at the wedding.
I think
Yes,
it's
it
the one
is.
that threw a knife at yeah.
Yep.
Knife thrower.
He's sitting.
Great, then I get to ask him how the hell I can use this knife.
Which
So-
means he's next, and so I'm cross him.
Yeah.
How many seat table?
It's basically been turned one.
Okay.
The extra walls in the ship have make. You want to know the name table? Everybody is, of course. So the following people are currently at table. Well, you guys know the Ferem, so I'm not gonna skip that. Then we have Maylin, Geta Maylin, Geta Naya, Geta Kala, Geta Gardenia, Geta Lily, Geta Cassia, Geta Zephyr, and a strange dark red-haired one, Geta Asher.
I'm writing down some table. And then a bunch of flowers.
Actually, if you want, I can give you all of their titles. Well, except Cassia, have one.
Texas is fine without knowing titles. They're all Gata.
Do you guys want to give you the titles?
Free to temper going track of
And
it.
else one. Okay. Then we have Murta.
Dab does.
Oh.
He didn't talk.
Why you no talk?
Right.
Why did I?
You not talk.
We're waiting.
Because I had to leave the room to get water.
Okay.
Ah.
I forget what's Maylin's title.
Mistress of Decay.
Miss K.
That sounds very edgy and 18-year-old.
Kala is the wandering vine. Gardenia is the diaspora Diaphanous lost. Lily is this, huh?
Wait, did you say Gasparus?
Diaphanous.
Diaphanous. What did I say?
I don't know what you said, but it sounded weird.
Caligarnia Lily.
The singing grass, Lily Cassia, say her? Is that
She's a compendium of knowledge and reproduction.
that's her title?
Yeah.
Wow.
Your family.
I think we've
He
established.
chose it.
And Zephyr, the vigilant Cypherus, and Asher, I don't title.
I don't know, something involving bees.
And then members of Team Margard, which number quite a few more than you were expecting, is Myrta the Younger, Tensaiga the Living Blade,
He's close in a fight.
Durgwolf the Unseen.
Dirtwolf?
Dirgwolf.
Dirtwolf. I heard Dirtwolf.
Here, I will type it.
Sorry.
My table's getting crooked. Why am I writing at an angle?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Dirtwolf. I like it. That's okay. Samala the Wet. Do I even have to make the joke?
The guy.
I still.
Oh, TAs for presentation of water element just moist. Yeah, Temperance's uncle water blood ability is just moist.
He actually.
That's nice and ominous.
I'm actually writing down names.
I write down order less. I mean, I don't really suffer anyone has, but
Well, Raziel tries. Raziel is good with names. He likes to respect people and respect what they are called. I just fucking suck at it.
And I can't type.
The gap between character and player grows larger with every game.
that's why I don't tend to play the intelligent character like puzzle. I'm terrible at puzzle.
I suck at them, but I like them.
Do you have these written down on paper as post-it?
Exactly,
Oh,
because
it's usually be copy.
yes, well, I was stuck in the field, getting literally man. So, okay, so that's Samula the Wet, Paladine, the Chosen of Void, Tegan, Stalwart of the Stalwart Stone, and Morvolo the Blackleaf.
Dope.
And then after that, I'm like the rest of our sign group.
Yep. The Murda will be sitting next to Temperance, and in fact, give me a quick agility check. Get to. Yep.
Okay. Oh, right, not a hello.
All right, you got there first.
Fuck you, those many nights of Astair's random musical gift seat power will be worth it. And sister kneels like that. All right, everybody, song's up. Sit.
By the way, Murda and a couple of her team members, they're the other never. In fact, they are dressed fashion.
Considering I still know the other 3 people that were in Seosai Heart that went with the castle first day back. That's surprising. So we're across from mainland.
Yeah. So, you guys get side on Captain.
I think we kind of settled on Temperance being captain.
Okay.
I told him he was stupid, and that was the end of the conversation.
Yes.
And Raziel tentatively agreed.
Murda will look over. It's your Ferem captain. She
Hi,
says
I am-
Raziel.
Wait.
He says
she's looking-
Raziel. Says Raziel.
Then
I cut off the hype.
Was kind of confused for a second because I'm actually am not Temperance on here is the captain.
Good evening. Like or not.
What? You are not your elder line at the head of team.
Well, the thing is that she is much better at more tactical things than I.
You are competent.
I did not say that in the slightest. I simply said that was my strong suit.
The elder Kosai Samant I saw a fit delicate task. Lady Margar.
That'd be Margard Sama.
Oh,
Yeah, in the air of my.
oh, certain. I will make note of that. My apologies.
Alright.
We're gonna make the best of friends.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Temperance doesn't make friends.
like-
You're the first people that she talk her. So
in my notes, it literally says
that's your note full of Margar.
that's just how I take notes. Like on the one for the second day of the wedding, it just has fuck written on the whole page.
I don't doubt that.
That is not the most useful notes. You might want to revise it.
It's how I take notes. It works.
So what event have you decided?
Which one dressed?
Yeah.
You, because you're their captain.
Well, obviously, the Title Cup and the Twin Tournament. I haven't had quite the amount of time to study the program. See best. All for headers. I will add next night morning.
Oh, they're that long. So don't know train or some try and find something that.
Let us all in Temperance said, let us all rip the mantra of the cloister of wisdom, the deepest, calmest breaths in all of creation, so that you not punch and get in trouble. Those are interesting comment May. It is more of a I want to study and make sure they are putting what they are best at. We are here to win and look good. It would perhaps a bit ill-advised to just put them something that they are all right at. Give the great houses some chance.
We're going to tell them that you first time had a great game. Think that you'll be able to rate house twice.
Quick question out of character. How old?
She is 20.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was unaware you had participated for.
Yeah, I have been. I
Well,
realized.
I do hope you found it a rather good time. I don't remember any mention of it after, so I'm not exactly certain how well Margar did the last time.
You made a fair standard at your house.
Again, it's strange I didn't hear any mention of it, however.
They both just go.
Temperance doesn't have her silver tongue, or her aunt's silver tongue. Temperance doesn't have a tongue that would talk.
Temperance is just made of salt. She rose from the depth of the Dead Sea itself.
No, she rose from the depth of the brine pool at the bottom of Ta'an's endless.
Would Maylin have tried to sit next to Kabuto or tried to sit at the head of Habesh? best?
At the head of the table is best hood, but she would not have done an agility thing. So that's
Okay, so you ended up the head of.
1, 4. Yeah, she would have been right after, so sitting across from where Tonya.
yeah.
So she's successes. So I think she's not too unhappy. I mean, he's bright, but he's also really broody.
But he's also a sus.
But he's broody.
But do you remember what the sus did?
Yeah, but Malin seems the kind to do that just 'cause it's a rebel thing. Oh, you ruined our family. Hi. See, these are boobs that I will use to get revenge.
Oh, I can see it.
She still values fam. It's not that much rep. She just wants to be the head of fam.
And what better way than to humiliate Assassin?
Or to seduce Assassin.
And marry him. All are good options.
And bring him into fam.
Orion's
That would
asking
clear
what
up.
Malin.
Well, it was light brown.
Is that
Is
what
it
is
still
currently?
light brown?
How close is she sitting to Kabuto?
Not
I
very.
think the better question is how close was though.
Oh, hell, someone else came in. New sheriff in town.
Oh no, I meant the wedding night.
She was across game. I don't got much closer to Tahoe.
Okay.
Fucking dog.
Daho was a cockblock.
Sarah will perk up and ask, well, that I have made this a dinner where you sign on your house and I get to know each other later and learn about most that I know bet on what. So, that is a good question that little Myrta here brought up. What event are you all interested?
He asked who had programmed for all of 3 hours spent running around town.
Oh, yeah.
We'll tag 4 out.
I've been
Yeah,
busy.
we spent most of it running around town. You spent 2 of it probably sitting away talking Daimyo.
But hey, in those 2 hours, I could
I know my apprentice probably well in the count test.
account test.
Indeed. Dawnda is not the immaculate water amongst her great work were the numbers and count of all things. Certainly you've been practicing.
I most certainly have.
I'm just picturing Raziel in his head like, look, those who hate each other, let's focus on them.
A little.
And how's Geta? You have so adept with the bow, but how that really an issue at? What is it intend to play sport? You can go ahead and play Malin, like, or Naya. You know what I mean.
I would.
I think probably 7th.
Well, I have to say,
That would put her next to Worcester,
That's okay.
I will be happy next Meister. I love Meister.
which means Cessus at least has Malin between him and Naya.
Oh my god, I can't hear anybody. Sounds like complete and utter garbage.
It's a bandwidth thing. It'll pass.
Add a character, just I want to verify. The muse would be like
Oh, I see.
creative, like art.
Sorry, say that again?
The battle of the muses would be like arts and stuff.
That's
Okay.
That's what Jocko's going.
I'm sure that you have heard fair few voices that even match that of our wonderful Lily. And there is nobody who can craft as well as our quiet little Cass.
Damn it, a doll.
I saw one of the Battle of...
Of course, those are the ones we can most assure victory.
See, not any of water. Keen.
We will have to go back to verify whether they can sure or not.
Whereas House Marburg will our time are broad. It can participate. In fact, I would hack members of our house against and perhaps make a wager upon as well.
Poor sport is for a cap wager against their own.
I wager that. And you can also.
Well, then I'm afraid you're not intelligent as you might you are.
Oh, snap.
Oh, hey, look, there's Temperance's inability to equal. I was wondering that. Temperance is focusing really hard on whatever resorts are. She got her arrogance put her in position, and then her brain caught up and went, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing here.
If you are not confident in your own team, off, but I
I'm
would
very confident in my team abilities. I just think, as a monk, that gambling on your invite ill luck.
sound like utter
Well, if these were the games of Hashish, maybe it would be a different story.
because you are so unable that of your.
It's not what I said. The dragon and, well, fate and luck tend to favor fire when it comes to game champ.
Perhaps we're not talking about.
Well, you're the one. Well, I suppose that is. That is what you've been talking about. I am planning on entering the Celestial bout personally. You're free to compete. Enter one of your family members of that. Watch. Well, if they don't get a chance, beat them down. One of the great house members, I'm sure, will have a chance.
That's a great house member. Fair.
Man, I'm glad the opposite sure is a good
Raziel feels like he should speak up, but he doesn't know what it is. He feels that he would make everything going on here work, so he's
Yeah, just stand back so you don't get burned by all
This is why I'm not playing Nana right now, because the table would literally be on fire.
Oh,
How about our so confident for house ability then, and how about name lesser eat both our houses made best house
Oh, we will.
so confident.
Sarasaki chose a wonderful wine pair with.
Well, love.
wait, you have pears?
Yes, they're over here.
Eating pears and wine.
Wasn't paying
Ew.
attention.
brandy better.
Whatever it is, holy crap, you got a pear in the middle of.
All about. Is there anyone to talk at the table?
Not particularly. I'm just trying not to get trouble, and I have no interest in talking to any of them.
Okay.
Raziel watches
But not right
all.
now.
The man across the table from Naya looks over and says, "Hello, madam."
Oh boy. Well, that's good, because I saw a movie that said the French would rather make love with their face fight a real war.
So would I.
He just has a thick river act.
How are you? I see you have not done what matter.
I'm eating pears. Simple.
And keep in mind, they probably serve meat, so
Oh, there's, yeah.
yeah, so.
Yeah.
But Naya doesn't care. Naya's like,
I'm eating pears.
You know those come from my place not far. I am like me after all the time.
Oh my god, you're gonna throw that right out there.
Do you?
Oh, I am Paladine.
He's the void one, the edgy one, the one with edgy name.
Never heard of you.
Oh, of course not. You are from far away. I come from the Beatif. You know? Yes?
No.
You would love it. Most lush land in all of creation. One small area produces enough to feed an entire. It is
Oh God,
wondrous.
we're losing her. We're losing her.
He's not wrong. Naya would probably really like him.
And suddenly he has her interest.
Yeah, suddenly I'm
And it is
Oh.
not the only fruit thing that comes.
I wonder how well Pearl.
I wonder how Malin is responding to.
Probably pouting because she's under attention.
Oh no, she wouldn't pout. She's
Push her breath up fight.
yeah, she's probably doing that, but she's more focused on power struggle. Okay, what was it?
Food is delicious, and guy was flirting. with
And where is this place?
Deep where trees grow so large, fruit that hang and stares at you.
I want to go back to the east.
I want to
Certainly.
stab Rue Maritime. All right, give me your sword. No, that's
It's really heavy.
I know. But you're probably you're far away from this part of the table possible.
Probably, yeah.
What? No, I'm not a dragon. What? No, I'm not. Me no speak high realm. What? No.
No, he's not hitting on me. Besides, women are better. They took off them.
Tell me everything about your home.
Certainly. After dinner, we can walk decks, view upon the upon the end,
Somebody
upon the
protect
endless
this
sea,
child.
and I shall regale you with,
But it doesn't really much.
Just imagine Pepe Le Pew.
and I shall regale you with tales of my home.
Yes, but to me, that's normal behavior. Everybody talks like that.
Everyone speaks with an
Especially-
accent, a river accent.
No, the whole overly flirty thing.
That's true.
I think it's your clothes.
Love to hear about that. No, it's my family.
They just give off pheromones like crazy.
Specifically my cousin. Well, my uncle and all his brood. So half of the Geddas are anything, but not necessarily flirting.
And that's
Oh,
a
of course
genetic
not.
thing.
What?
Genetic?
No, it's
may
my
have
uncle's
litters.
influence on all of his children. That's everyday life.
They're hippie common that really kind of stuck with.
So, anyone else want to
Basically, his brood is used to dress revealing clothing.
Half Blessed Isle kind of fashion.
It's pretty conservative, especially areas controlled by houses.
What? No.
They're the pipe pumpers.
That's how I can use it.
Well, not that's.
Okay, you look up to him and say, "What?"
Hello.
Of course I do that. Let me find his name.
Ah, crap. I lost. It should be in the end file.
No, I have it.
Because I lost my file.
Does it does it say
Ikari.
"sus as fuck"?
Well, it does say that too, but that's a couple lines down.
Okay, had to ask.
It says Seskari. Alright, so I don't have. Yeah, so you are right. Instead of his title being written, I put it back.
Steel Falcon.
Thank you. I mean,
The heavy metal band.
I love my
it
file.
kind of does feel Falcon. Okay. I forgot if I was supposed to use Lord Sass with him. I know that the asshole
he's a
that
great
got killed
dodgy
at the fog wanted to call that aspect. Lord Sasasama.
He looks up at you. He's in full white clothing.
Color warning.
I would like to thank you for the wedding gift. It's really quite a fascinating piece.
May serve well.
Y'all also know good talk.
No,
It's a shame because you kind of made a talkie character. They
you know what? He has no charisma. He is notice monk. He sees things. He sees all.
It shows the talk out.
I had Chris, and I was.
I'll be right back.
I do hope so as well, but I can't quite seem to understand how to use it.
You wish to tell you how to blade?
Is possible?
That blade was Sassbot killed. Took it from
Oh
his
shit!
corpse.
See how fast Reziel chucks that blade off the airship. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, it was a
there's
reflex.
definitely-
I know
There's definitely a sudden look of, oh shit.
I nothing of its function, nothing of it. I know nothing of its origin.
He is very quiet, trying of. You see, now him throwing that kind of makes sense. But Rezio just fell silent, contemplating his life decisions at Broad Point.
Why did I get that out?
Yep, that's only what it boils down to.
Now, I am certain that there are artists out there, but I am not.
I understand. I must admit I was not aware of the night word, though I'm still very.
Made us already.
Just fall silent.
Stare at food.
Stare at food. Have a little bit of food because they are talking.
Dragon Ball Mari,
Yes.
is that basically the agility event?
Sort of, yeah.
So not kind of.
Yeah. Well, it would be a team.
Oh, okay.
After the dinner is over, talk.
So, yeah, so dinner is over. Once we're out of back towards back ship, I'm going to drag at minimum to start discussing.
Okay. Well, you know he available to her. Otherwise, she's spending with people that are.
Okay. Yep. No, I'm going to try to get team together for group things.
Does anyone have a question about calendar?
I'm assuming the craft fairs are showing off the abilities element.
Yes, and they're essentially a minor part of fairs. Well,
Yeah.
well-
Why is Doll missing?
yeah,
Which one's voting then?
the
The title
regatta,
cup going to have voting,
maybe.
which is I'm thinking of wanting to end that.
Yes.
Sorry.
I mean, I only have
The
a
title
D4
cup you guys are
voting,
already in.
But
What's the alchemist challenge?
Something we can do.
None
still
of
want-
yeah, fuck you, Adol. Even though he's not here.
the Alchemist Challenge is a challenge for alchemists where they have to create a particular item from scratch or
Oh, okay.
what are
Can
those?
we enter the origami box or the little greenhouse?
And what's the nod title cup?
It's a title cup is make the water.
So like more specifically, just saying.
The title cup is the grand tournament that is considered the highest event, higher game. The
Regatta
team
boat.
house are and and they go to the event. They are
Nice.
complete as quickly and effectively.
Okay.
And the daimyo has already.
Yeah, we don't have a choice in that.
Well, I think it's safe to say that I'll be entering the Battle Royale, the Dragon Ball, and Duel Tournament.
Yeah, we'll probably sit down. When we all sit down, it's just going to basically be me sitting down with the thing, looking at Kabuto, and okay, what do we do?
So the two things that you guys are going to be entered in is the regatta and
That's a team thing, right?
yes,
Okay, I figured as much.
and the
Damn it.
title cup.
The regatta boating?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Every one of us. That's gonna be funny.
I don't have to know how to swim. I'm magic.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
the
I wish
leader.
I had your
It's gonna
powers.
be great.
So Temperance.
My magic trick is that I sink.
No, you don't. We brought mine. We brought the person who's better than. Oh God, we brought the same. We've all been on a boat before. It didn't work out
And
well.
we lost the person who floats.
Yeah. Anyways, Temperance.
Defiant.
Temperance will be entering the Celestial bout. We don't have anyone trained for the rest real. The dueling is fighting if you're not one of the martial arts, which is I want to.
Daho's martial arts of decent.
He's not a terrestrial style,
Oh, that's
Da-
right.
and he's mortal, so
Daho
he can't enter.
Yeah, Daho is just friend.
I don't know if I want to put Mai in bout or something else. I don't
Stop
know.
with your
We should probably talk to him to ask
Like I said,
if
we're all
he
in
knows
a
how to
group.
do anything but a sword.
That's why I said I got everybody together in a big group and put it down and went to talk about it, mostly to Kabuto, who's a tactician.
Oh,
So-
sorry, I was going pee-pee. I missed
So,
it.
all right.
Why do
So
you have to say it like
Because
that?
it was funny.
What the fuck?
so Kabuto will say, you do realize the major event they thought of.
Yeah, and I had
So-
to figure out what to do on all this. I was just handed this not 6 hours ago.
Okay, I mean you guys followed the game 4, right?
No.
4 years
No.
ago. Where was I 4 years ago?
5 years ago.
7 minus 4, 13. No.
4 years ago, I was starting at the House of Bell.
4 years ago, I was in a place I'm never going to mention again.
Well, first of all, these games happen every 5 years, guys.
Okay, then I was really at a place never going to be mentioned
All right.
They have still been slave 5 ago.
again.
Okay. Ludos kind of on how to take that.
We all just look at him expectantly.
Pretend this is our first game. We know nothing.
Okay, so basically, there's a lot of minor events, right?
Mm-hmm.
They happen all the time, pretty quick, and you won't have problems. So, and then he goes along. The out of character thing is, essentially, the two that you guys are going part of are the Gata and Title. You can choose probably one other thing that's on those days, and one thing that's not on them. Does that make sense?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Celestial bout can happen. Maps up fine.
Yeah, actually, specifically off the Celestial Bouts are one of the giant ticket. Everybody
Oh,
that.
and the Grand Regatta starts.
No, Grand Regatta day 7 in
Yes,
the morning.
and the Grand Regatta.
Oh, I'm looking at the other one. Okay.
So the Grand Regatta is a 2-day event because day back.
What is this battle royale?
You've never heard that term before?
Yeah, really.
Battle Royale means everybody.
Brian and I.
A bunch of people walk in and then they
One
fight
person walks out.
and someone walks out.
Okay,
Is it the
I'm
Japanese
sorry.
battle
You're
royale
gonna have to
or
repeat that because I couldn't understand a damn thing you just said because my internet was in India.
Okay, Battle Royale is a giant melee. Everybody walks in and one person out.
And one person walks out?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a free for all,
It's a free for all. Dun, 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 dun.
which is kind of dangerous given some of Great House and their meat.
But that's one of the few events where it's not a team thing.
Not a Raziel thing either.
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, I know. As a character, that sounds fucking awesome. But as a player, that sounds awesome. But this character is made that.
If it was
Oh,
like
it is.
if it was Japanese
is.
style where you like ride on 3 poles, that would be awesome for us. But
You know, it's an individual free for all melee, or is it team based as well?
It's not.
Okay, that answers the other 3 questions I had.
Nope, it is straight up battle.
Yay!
be right back. Dog's being a butt.
That's fine.
Brr, brr, brr.
Yeah, luckily mine can't hear him doing the same thing.
So in addition to that, you guys can can essentially make up minor events, and those can go anywhere as long as they don't eat on.
Is that what all those holes in the schedule are for?
Well, that and there's other stuff going. It's a giant set of games. These are just the big ticket. The biggest of the big tickets being Title Cup Blood. The Grand Regatta being.
Wait, is the Celestial Bout team too?
That is a one-on-one fight Celestial.
Okay.
And if
I
you
backed
if you
on
know
it.
there's
So that Temperance is
Yep.
right the Battle Royale.
if once.
And I'm gonna mainly be
And I
going
think
with
out in the dueling tournament, since it's got its own day,
Well, the dueling tournament has lots
spread
of
that
days.
across. Whole,
The dueling tournament, unless you're in Group A, be able to Grand Regatta half the time.
well, then we can have Mai do that one.
Mai's gonna be part of the Grand Regatta too, but yeah.
Well, does he have to be? Is our entire team taking part in regatta? Totally big enough for 4 or 5 people?
The boat for the regatta was like 4 or 5.
Yeah. So in that case, we probably want to have the living rock not be on the boat.
Yeah, instead we'll have the living fire on.
Thought physics.
Okay, so we can enter Mai healing bout. if
That's a
he's
shame we
up
didn't
for
bring
it.
Ringe with the
Like,
watery thing.
Talent. He
Give
needs to
some
be
more.
able to ride a boat, not stand on it.
Dice are just not favoring him.
Also, he's a child.
Aren't we all?
No, he's literally a child.
Really? I thought he was already.
Ringy?
Yes, no, he is, but he
Oh,
did have
sorry,
the adult living.
But he failed in his task.
That's
hard to
right.
remember.
That's right. I didn't connect it.
Regardless, if Mai's up for that, I'm not sure how strong of a fighter he is, but he sure as hell stand there until they tire themselves out.
Sabel's trained, and
I
it looks like he
think
can take a hit. He'll be able to hold his own.
There's as many styles of martial and melee arts there in martial arts, and they're endless.
What's his style? Something about the something mountain.
Jade.
Style?
So yeah, he said he spoke of the fun, quote unquote fighting style he had when during the debut.
Well, if
I don't
you're up
remember what
for
it
it,
was though.
if that is what you participate in, I want you to participate in what you feel you will best, and you know you're still better than anyone here.
First and safety.
You're also here to participate in the event Glory of Family.
Very well. Shouldn't I then terrestrial bouts?
Are you martial art trained or melee trained? Oh, well, my apologies. Certainly, you were trained in martial art. I sometimes forget they train martial art styles over at the House Bells, just like they train some melee styles in Cloister. If that is what you feel is what you will be best in,
I am no master, but I...
then we'll be sure to register you in a way that not like Title Cup.
Very
How
well.
about you, Kabuto? Do you take part in?
I really wish
Yeah, anything but water.
Next event. Our next event's air. It goes backwards.
it does.
Oh, well then, see.
Yeah.
She'll get in it.
I mean...
Yay.
Or they're, yeah, your younger children. Can you imagine him just getting older and just the crows appearing on his window? Why don't I have grandkids? You making grandkids yet?
Would it kill you to write?
Would do Kamari? I mean, Dragon Ball?
Yes.
It might
If it's possible.
possibly.
Is not on the same
Yes,
day.
actually, it is
It looks
possible.
like it might be. Oh, right. Terrestrial doesn't compete with Title Cup. Because it's a different time.
If you do the celestial bout, you
So,
might
yeah.
dragon.
We swap. Yeah, it looks like we would probably be able to participate in Dragon Ball match.
That all?
As many as necessary for. I don't know the for Dragon Ball necessarily.
Well...
I mean, I've watched people play it.
Dragon Ball is it is generally played with team houses on one side, and you compete not only with your teammates, but allies who are opposing, trying to get goals, assists scored by your half as well as defeating the others. Does that
It sounds
make
like the thing we played up at Springs.
Sort of, except there weren't 14.
I feel like in back of Udo's mind is that rule book Adal was right.
Though
it's
entirely possible that it might afflict.
It does look like it. It looks like it's happening at the off.
No, not the
off
title
days.
cup, but the less.
I thought these were different time frames, or does all happen exactly?
They
I thought
all-
it was like morning, afternoon.
No, they're just
Oh.
stuff that happened. The
Okay,
Celeste
well
Bout.
then that would compete. That would conflict me, and it would conflict my.
We only need 5.
My rest.
But if you wanted him to be on terrestrial circuit, he would be at the same time as.
Well, he can't be on terrestrial A, be Title Cup.
Damn it, Flint, we really have to make a
Well,
spreadsheet.
I did make a spreadsheet.
The finals are at the same time.
Your spreadsheet's
For
going to require
terrestrial
us to make a
bout and
spreadsheet. You're as much fun as Eve Online, man, really.
It is possible that they will not, but it's possible they will. It all depends on how much time it takes about, and that depends on what time the different game ends.
If you said 5 person, so one of us would have to be available for it.
What's the Royale Symposium?
That
Unless Sakura, you happen to be talented at Dragon Ball.
I can give it a
Dragon
try. It's better than sitting on my ass all day.
We're not supposed to enter things that we're not going in.
Well, I mean, it's all about being agile and fast quickly, right? I can do that.
If we can manage to get the team, big enough size team together for Dragon Ball, I don't know why you all couldn't enter. Buto, you would obviously be in charge of, the rules, and well, it's your thing.
I will my captain.
And then,
Oh, by the way, who's your
Jago.
second?
Yes.
Who's your second?
Alright, I'm a captain. I have a second. I guess you are.
I am.
Well, 1 second mean this.
Guy who gets beaten when the team loses.
Just that if you get hurt, I take a position
In my matches or just captain?
as captain.
Oh, well then yeah, you're fine.
Okay. They're dragon.
And you're god-blooded, and you're really good at sort of thing. In a perfect world, Adal would be busy with whatever he's doing, and you would have him be second. But not, so we're taking the second best tactician. Temperance, master of comments.
The Royal Symposium is the kind of meeting for discussing all of the.
I figured one. That carries over Muse Symposium as well.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
The lower hand initiation.
That was my next question.
That's actually supposed to be over in the Premier Water event I ran out of, and that is terrestrial.
Oh god, that's
Now,
the
I
same
see.
with the title competition. How the fuck?
I see all the god dragon have craft there. I assume that means the craft that they're making to each of the dragons.
Correct.
Each craft element has its own special. Fire has glass blowing, among other things. Air has calligraphy. Water has weaving and carpet. No.
No.
Yeah, I think it does have carpet.
No, that's wood. Water.
Water has a
Water
weird
is
one.
cooking and tanning and leather work.
I know they have a weird boating song, but
Boat building is actually under tech.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at the craft. I build craft. But yeah,
Okay,
that's
damn it, it's a smart skill.
yeah, it's a dull event.
Yeah, alright.
Did I forget put?
Mela, Pesa, Peshista, on Sexta. No, they're
Sexus Chilus is last.
Yeah, they're all
is
there.
on the end.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Jago, is there anything you feel would be really that would feel like to rub in Fate Great House?
I would like the battles. I will need or help me.
Such as us, or can you find people 3?
Well, no, they would have.
Well,
The title
that's
cup.
us,
The
isn't it?
title cup happened around time slot.
Yes, and Regatta states clearly you'll be at Sea Regatta, one of food with first battle.
I vote for Sakura.
Well, Mai won't be
For
doing
one.
it that time.
Yeah, Maya's available, except for the symposium. No, that's Lecho, and that's also 1B. And the Dragon Ball, that's weird. He might not make the symposium, but he could be there. He's for the actual battle.
Well, I'm certain he doesn't need to be there for care of that, but I'll be
Yeah.
more than happy to have one of the battle.
Who's all participating in the title cup? Is that every one of us?
Budo hype up. Well, that's actually dependent on event. How many of that tell?
Okay, so we won't know how many will be available for the battle muses until event reading out.
Well, if,
Presumably,
if Sakura goes, then her chaperone is going to have to go in, so that makes 3.
But
Sakura,
he's not technically part of the game.
he can't be part of the game.
Well,
Sakura
Then
could work with Jago.
can he be a prop?
No, well, I don't know the rules of music.
I also don't know what I haven't made that part.
I think I just put him as a human question mark.
Yeah, he's just a human question mark.
He's also
But
too old.
this is true. The technical meaning of in the game too strict.
It
Props
has to
shouldn't
be
count.
the great houses.
Props shouldn't count.
They probably didn't at one point.
Oh yeah, somebody brewed for everything.
Probably. I'm gonna guess this.
Or a cessus.
Probably. No, it was probably a sinner.
All right. So, well,
We're gonna have to have another get together. Just get this all figured out. I have to log by.
okay.
Otherwise, you guys know what I'm good at. Pick stuff from. I will make it work.
Well, I basically thought this game session, the prelude, arriving, having your shit together for what you next, and then go through the ceremony and all rigor day.
Well, that's gonna involve the registration. So that's perfect chance to look at the list more and figure out exactly where we want to go.
Yeah, and I'll try and post a little.
Okay.
What Raziel particularly wanted to be in?
All the water stuff.
I think you want to be in the regatta specifically.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
But anything in the pan elemental?
I'm looking at that, and there doesn't really seem to be anything.
Remember, make up like 3 different whatever one event. Or,
Yeah, I'll have to think about
Yeah,
that.
probably want to like a straight up agility type.
Just to let you guys know,
Maybe no. I have an idea. So like,
Endurance swimming.
kind of like flag football, but instead of it being football, you literally just have to steal people's flags. Let me use my stealth.
That'd be
See,
capture the
that doesn't
flag.
sound like
That's
fun
a
at all.
comedy Dragon Ball and the Japanese style battle royale.
I thought you were gonna say instead of flag, you put daggers in. Whoever has the most at the end of the match loses.
Well, you don't want the losers, you want the win.
Well, yeah, that just means you got to get the least amount of daggers stuck in.
That's generally.
But
Come on,
still,
that's
let me use my stealth.
You can use yourself in the battle royale.
That's
You have to-
not a good idea given
to-
Raziel's track record.
There's entirely
You have to-
entirely possible stealth, but not gonna.
Yeah.
So the way I'm gonna base run is as skill.
So Genfuku event.
Good.
Unless someone really wants something a different way, that's how we run on it.
Like opposed rolls and tests of will and stuff like that.
Basically,
Okay.
it's the dramatic challenge type stuff. So you tell me how you're doing it, flip over a card, you've had occasion.
So like me fighting Jago.
Yes, very simple as that.
Oh, that, yeah.
No, there were no cards Reggie. It was Reggie got his ass.
That's right. I remember there was.
But it'll be all skill based on what doing. Switch the skill up if sent without breaking. Okay, so that's how I'm going to run those tasks, dramatic tasks, skill checks. So as you guys close out dinner, you go back to your various rooms, sleep in your cramped quarters. All of you are sharing your room with multiple people because you don't have enough. And the next day, you will awaken to Daho going room, inviting everyone eat with Lady Noti out on deck.
I'm just assuming except on so many people crawling out of whatever cramped room.
Oh yeah.
You guys needed food.
And apparently Daho sleeps like by rolling all over the place. So he was literally like steamrolling everybody all night, and no one in his room got that much sleep. So
And
I'm
Orion's
guessing-
probably permanently stuck in like a fetal position from curled up in a corner of a tiny room.
With other people in there too.
Right?
I had experience, so it's all good. I sleep in a stone cell,
Yeah, you're the only person who kind of downgraded their living quarters coming back from school.
Yeah.
basically.
Not by much, if at all. So is everybody going to oblige Nothi, or is anyone going to decide to go on their own?
Heck yeah.
Raziel doesn't really have an option.
Sure he does.
You could have been invited to
he's the
breakfast.
elder
with
son.
Sarah.
No, he's definitely going.
And
Okay.
yeah, Temperance will go. And unless the invitation suggested otherwise, bring Taha with her.
Okay. Taha will have that night mentioned about how he and the others that weren't invited to dinner you were at with Sarah were instead relegated eating with the chaperones of other houses as well as any other passengers.
Considering she's like the only person on that ship, I'm sure it's still way too overpowering for her anyways.
Basically, the ship is either dynasts or people work on the ship. Yeah, so she's probably the only one to decide to serve that dynasts. She probably feels very out of.
She's very overwhelmed. I basically grabbed her and booked it to the ship.
But she spent a good couple of hours talking to Daho. So when Nothi greet you all coming up to the, for lack of a better name, poop deck, and she has had several different small tables brought up the forecastle and set up for you guys to all have breakfast. The notable exception to this will be Geta have their own leisurely morning getting up where Mei Lin is plotting her team strategy.
Are there any Margard that were invited?
To Nothi's?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is for your
Good.
team.
Was I invited?
Well-
By courtesy.
Do I know it's by courtesy?
Probably not, knowing you.
Okay.
You are rather innocent in that regard.
Yep, I assume everybody's straightforward and says what they want and what they mean.
So yes, Naya can there. If everybody shows up, it's a rather ordinary porridgey breakfast. And Nothi will smile at each of you and then look slightly confused and then greet Naya. So, I trust you all slept well.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Raziel was in a room with Daho.
Sure, he's your
Alright,
guest.
so more or less.
Your hair's probably not even brushed. It's just a
No, it's a giant ball of frizz.
No, Daho would have done take care of that. So now it's like combed oddly in different directions.
All I can see is Raziel trying to crawl out of the room. It's like, no, I'll take care of it. No, it's fine, I swear.
And she will say, so I believe it's time that we should discuss what events you feel that you are most apt to join. And I'm not simply discussing the more the greater event. If any of you wish to place your names into any of the lesser events, I'm more than happy to take those down as well. And she will open up a scroll and dip a quill ink.
Reopening that back up.
Now, I am to assume that you are all going to take up your Lady Daimyo's charge for going Title Cup Gata. Yes? No one is denying the great lady?
I don't believe so.
Good. And she scratches everybody's name down. Of course, the Title Cup really only for dragons, so who else wishes to partake in what?
I will be participating in celestial martial arts.
I thought say that.
Is
anyone...
Dono Sai-san has, I believe, expressed an terrestrial martial arts bout.
Really?
If time allows for it, and there's enough people available, Jago-san wanted to participate in the Battle of the Muses. Why are you bringing that next to my mic?
Or may be able to help him with that.
He has it on my chair and is squeaking it.
Very well. 2 for these. Of course, this is all something that I am writing down for you, attempts to take.
Of course,
Captain Temperance.
No-sama.
And as captain, you are more than welcome to volunteer any of your...
Oh, I went to conflict yet.
Volunteer any of the scions for something that you believe that they could excel at.
We had a discussion last...
Orion was gonna do the thing, the thingy thing. Can't find freaking...
Here, I'll relook it.
Thingy thing. The thingy thing. You know what thingy thing.
No, I can't remember.
You can't remember what thingy thing I'm talking about?
Oh, the melee?
Orion-san won attention battle royale.
There we go.
And the duelist challenge.
Yes, if capable of the duelist challenge. We had a discussion about this. We spent last night after dinner all going over who was for to be in what.
Oh, I am thrilled that you had already put work into it.
Well, there were some catalyst packs involved.
I would say, Orion, you realize that the Battle Royale is a rather bloody event, that it is considered to be the highest mortality rate of all the entire game.
Is there anyone there in particular that we would like to see bloodied?
Oh, most certainly, but there's great house members involved, and there's not been one of
Can you afford to die as a house?
Wait, what?
But you have less dragons than we do, so...
Well, that is technically true. I would hope Orion's-san died something.
I would actually say that's technically not true.
Royale, considering he trained at the House Bell.
I would still say that's technically not true, Naya-san and Temperance-san. We have more dragons. You just have more young dragons.
Maybe just because I'm missing a generation of people.
I will fight, and I will win.
Mm-hmm.
As you wish, Orion-san.
Any information I could get on the other opponents of note would be much appreciated. Elder Sama.
I believe there are over...
She's not an elder. Yeah, she's not technically an elder.
Naya, did you say that out loud? Well,
Why wouldn't I say that out loud?
Okay. Oh, boy. I choke on my tea. I'm pretty sure Taha is very engrossed in her porridge right now.
Well, you are...
Made this big deal about Raziel being elder. I mean,
Raziel just freezes like a deer caught in headlights.
The nicest
it was just a big hurrah.
If I don't move, I won't be brought into the conversation.
Soup begins to splatter from the shaking spoon.
Naya-san, while you are technically correct, I am acting elder, which means that the title of elder is said without undue honor.
Even when Raziel's here?
We are both addressable as elder, though title goes him, there is a
Okay. I thought for clarity he'd need to be the one. Okay.
Naya, please.
I thought for clarity.
It's a matter of semantics, and it's a matter of politeness. If you wish to be overly exacting, yes, technically you should address me as acting elder, and he as true elder or elder. But I don't we need to stand on that level of ceremony at breakfast.
I like what was actually said in those two sentences.
Do you disagree with that, Elder Sama?
With which part?
That we do not need to stand that much on ceremony while having breakfast.
Yes. Slowly takes a bite of food.
I'm about to say, I probably have never seen Raziel drink so much tea at once.
Very well. And I assume, Naya-sama, that you will be discreet about things we are discussing here. And while we bear no ill will toward the Geta, and I hope they not us, as we are so happily hosting your family now, the news of who is doing what games should not be used against us or passed around. So, Mai is taking part in the terrestrial level martial arts tournament, Temperance Celestial, Orion in the dueling bracket. That pretty much covers all. Oh, and of course Orion wishes to try his hand at the Battle Royale.
Yes.
I was expecting her to say try his hand dying.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been wrong.
I don't know.
I will say that if you attempt challenging great house members that are of that illustrious body of probably 100 or more combatants, you may find them targeting you personally from many directions, as they consider our house an upstart.
I assume that there would probably be unofficial teams working together towards the first few rounds.
Yes, nothing be official.
I can do what I can.
It wouldn't be a bad idea for you to figure out someone to befriend. Someone to have your backside the battle royale be a very thing.
I may have someone that would fit that bill. We do what we must because we can.
Very well. I shall leave it
Now
to you.
it's in my head.
I love that quote. Aperture science. Come on, sing it.
I'm gonna sing it now.
You're doing it in your head. That's good enough.
From the look of this, it looks like Orion-san will not have much time himself during this set of game.
I did not expect to.
Nor you, Lady Prince.
As captain, I would not expect much time to myself.
I came to represent our house, not to play games with the Royals.
I merely meant that you will not have much time to mind a game. Lesser
No.
events are going to be pretty much shut out by the fact that you will be, shall we say, very tired from the Title Cups and Celestial Bout, or in your case, Dueling Tournament and the Battle Royale. And of course, you'll both be gone during the regatta.
It'll be just like the March up Sextus Giles all over again.
Up Sextus Giles?
Someone type your.
I'm sorry.
Softer, move your mic.
I literally am wearing headphones.
Leave it then. You have a mechanical keyboard?
She has a typewriter. Or he has a typewriter. I do.
I
have a
absolutely have a typewriter. You got it. You guessed it.
Alright, so, is there any other event that one may wish to participate in? Lesser events, particularly.
I believe Kabuto-san and Rester's Dragon Ball get enough together.
Yes.
It looks like both Orion-san and you, Temperance, are out for that.
Possibly, if I can get into Dueling Group A, then I will be able to attend that. Or the Dragon Ball match.
True. And only the captain of your team go to that. So I'm assuming that is Kabuto-san?
For Dragon Ball, yes. He's been designated as event for the event.
For the entire set of game?
Yes.
See.
And rightly so.
So that would mean that you would be choosing for your Dragon Ball team Kabuto-san, Orion-sama, anyone else? You generally do 5.
So there's 3. Temperance. You're out because of the Celestial Bout. No?
I believe Sakura loved it.
It is not whether I believe it is whether you believe, Captain.
She was looking at Orion and said that part.
Oh, could not hear that.
Sorry. I look at the wall when I talk to Orion in this room as opposed to, my right where he usually is.
I assume that at least a few people shake their heads when they say that. And she says, I can pull my weight. Sign me up.
One more is still necessary. I will advise you, Orion-sama, that the Dueling Group A is also during Title Cup.
Why must it always be so blasted complicated?
It's the Blessed Isle. Nothing simple there.
Oh my god.
Now, I assume that Group A is going to be all day. Is it going to be possible to get a match before or after the cup?
It may be possible, but need possibly massage the odd that make certain that you are not placed during a time you are supposed to get there. Perform whatever favors you may need to move up and down lists.
Break fingers?
No, favors. Perform favors or other than a list get a place that you wish.
For whom? Like trading places with other contestants?
That is one way to do it. Another is try and bribe officials.
Oh boy, I don't like the sound of that. Sounds dishonorable.
I would tend to agree, and I'm glad that you say so.
Wait, is breaking fingers not considered dishonorable to you?
Depends on what...
In some cases, no.
It also depends on what vendor and breaking fingers calm thing.
I was figuring as much.
I hear there's a thumb rest challenge.
Northern heathens and their silly games.
You realize you're referring to us.
A very odd look.
Well, who would all like to spend thinking? Elder Sama, I would like to ask, do you wish to bring in the rest of your team when it comes to our other mission?
What is the lower hand?
That would be the terrestrial cup, or the terrestrial bouts.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Very well. Do you trust Naya to be in on this mission, or not?
Why wouldn't I?
She's not part of our family necessarily for the event.
She's not part of our family yet.
That as well. I was trying a little around.
I do not believe Naya would be upset by a statement of fact. She does not strike me as that type.
Nope.
She certainly realized she has not gone wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I highly doubt that she'd do anything out of malice.
Yes, but would she do anything on accident that you would hold against her?
I drink tea.
How diplomatic of you.
This is something to think about for the rest of your team as well. Diplomatic things are complicated and, well, dangerous in some way.
Slowly looks over at Naya.
I smile.
Squirrel's plotting to blackmail every one of us.
I trust Naya, but I don't trust that squirrel. I I think it'll be fine.
Very well. I chose this place on the boat because, believe it or not, even though it is in the open air, it is much more difficult to hear us, overhear us, because of the sound of the engines and because of the blow out. So we can talk in relative comfort. Well, perhaps not comfort, but relative. So, would you like me to discuss the people that we need?
Yes.
Very well. I will break this down between Keepers of Key and, of course, our rival. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Now, the first thing you need to know is that the element games are covered by by 3 senators, a subcommittee of ritual.
Wait. Hold on. I gotta go grab my notes for this shit.
You should always have those ready.
Is he back yet? Or?
He's stumbling his way up the stairs.
No, downstairs?
Evidently, yes. He's not the most prudent, punctual, fastidious, intelligent. Take your pick of adjectives.
Back yet, boy?
I am. I'm just finding a blank page.
Told you.
Shut up. All right.
The element games are a subcommittee of greater festivals and games in the deliberative. Do you know what the deliberative is?
I don't.
No.
The deliberative.
Info down.
The deliberative is the legislative body that helps pass minor laws and ratify edicts from the Empress. It has 2 houses, greater and lower. Members of the greater house are called senators. Members of the lower house are called deliberators. To be in either of these houses, or to be in the upper house, must be a dynast. To be in the lower house, must be a dynast or a patrician.
It was deliberative what?
I'm sorry?
It was deliberative what?
The whole thing is called the deliberative.
Yeah.
The upper house members are called senators. The lower house members are called deliberators.
Deliberators. Okay, thank you.
Deliberators can be patricians or dynasts. Senators must be dynasts.
Okay.
Now, this committee generally consists of 3 senators and 5 deliberators, but the only people that matter are the.
3 deliberators. 5 senators.
So,
Oh.
if you, it is this subcommittee's job to make certain that the great games are a respectful word of the realm, and they are, of course, the final word on where the element games are played. So we need to discover who people are and figure out how we can turn to our side.
How would we find out who they are?
Well, they're senators, not exactly secret,
Then why don't you know it already?
because they change almost every year, and I have not been to the Blessed Isle in many years. Next, there is the Paragon of Air, who is overseeing the games of Mela, as Paragon does each time. The current Paragon of Air is the living embodiment of the aerial servant.
That's his name.
That is his title.
What
Paragon's
is it again?
living embodiment of the aerial savant.
That's a hell of a title.
Remember that, like many other things, monks
Supposed to be
generally
grand and exciting.
give up their name, and Paragons always up. So that is his title that he goes by. If you get close to him, I'm sure he'll let you, though you never know Paragon.
He might punch you in exchange.
All I know about him is that he is a powerful sorcerer, a brilliant savant that is said to be a master of 10,000 subjects. He is easily going on 200 years old and is a noted master of his own style as well as Jane Bounty and a very noted theater. It is according to his greatest effort, his greatest hail is that he was able to battle an Anthema one-on-one during the Copper Salt Crisis until aid was able to arrive.
Wow.
He of course
we have to get close to him?
Because he of course has the final word on where the next element games is played.
So he's a senator.
No,
No.
he is the Paragon of Air. He is do you know who the Paragons are? Young or elder someone.
I like how Nothing's had enough months where she doesn't just have this pause of, for the love of fucking God. She just bounces right into, okay.
Do you know who the Paragons are? Elder someone?
No.
The Paragons.
I'd like to know more about them as well.
The Paragons.
I choke on my tea.
The Paragons are the dragon-blooded who are the closest to ascending, coming part of the Immaculate Dragon. They are the actual leaders of the Immaculate Way. There is one for each element.
Is a Paragon ever not from the Great House?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is a Paragon ever not from the Great House?
It is possible. Many Paragons, it is unknown what house they were from, if they were from a house. Once they shed their name over 100 years, people can often forget their name.
But there's no record of it?
It is not considered important.
Okay.
That is why people who have done terrible things often become monks or make up. They are given a new start.
Okay.
And as the Paragon of Air, who oversees the games of Mela, he of course the last word where the next set of it played.
Okay.
Because they are his game.
Okay.
Do you
That's because
understand?
air is Nick?
Correct.
Okay.
So the Paragon person in charge changes from year to year?
Yes, this is a year of water, so the Paragon of Water will be in charge. The Paragon of Air will be the one choose where the next one is, because he must bless the game that they are being played in a place that is pleasing to Mela and the powers air. Does this make sense to you, Elder?
Is there anything else I should really know about him?
You may ask. I will try to answer.
I didn't catch that last word.
I will try to answer anything which you know about him. He is relatively well known compared to the rest of the people that we discuss.
The thing is I don't know how to ask this question without sounding like Naya. It just, is he mean? How do you ask that without...
I feel like Raziel would ask that.
You could ask what his
Okay.
demeanor is.
I know, I feel like Raziel would is
Am I gonna... Is he easy to make angry?
He is not a fire dragon, nor is he a water dragon.
That
He is a paragon, meaning that he is the living embodiment of element. You will find him a theologian and a savant. He is much more of a intellect.
He's more a doll than temperate.
Did Orion actually say that?
Think a doll that punches things.
I was actually in my head as he was describing the Paragon. I was like, is a doll a time traveler?
That's his brother.
No, his brother owes a lot of money to the guild.
Oh, snap.
He was a missionary for a great deal of time. Well, so I believe he cares for the common person.
That does help indeed.
Very well. Shall I move on to the next, or do you have more questions?
No, you can move on to the next.
Very well. The Thousand Scales are a vast bureaucracy of different ministries created by the Empress to deal with the everyday runnings of the Empire. There are many different sections to the ministries, and many of them overlap in ways. Because of this, there are 3 different ministers that we need influence. There is the High Minister of Festivals, the Grand Minister of Seasonal Event, and the Great Minister of Titles and Honor.
Okay, hold on. You're gonna have to repeat those. Great Minister of Festivals.
High Minister of Festivals.
Okay, I'm just writing Minister of Festivals.
If you would, Elder Sama, they are particular about title.
Fuck.
Generally, those who go into the ministries are bureaucrats, and titles are one of the ways that they show their superiority, and not the proper title will greatly upset folk.
Comforts.
Okay, so High Minister
Of Festival.
Fuck.
No, Festival.
Funny. Alright, then...
The Grand Minister of Seasonal Event.
And then... I'm just getting a fucking info dump here.
Correct.
Alright, and finally...
The Great Minister of Titles and Honor.
Okay.
Now, of course, these 3 ministers, if they should agree on where it should go, are the final word on where the next 3 games are played.
Wait, okay, so who's the final word? Because everybody you've mentioned so far has been the final word.
I'm glad you understand.
So play 2 against the others.
Oh my god.
Of course, the next is the sponsor of the current events. The Great Elemental game each year that it is played are sponsored by a great house. Now, the great houses have the tradition of being able to name the next house that is to be given the responsibility of the great game. This is a precedent set by House Pelops when they were first saddled with expense of paying for it, when they asked to have the boon from the Empress to be able to give it to another great house as a way of saddling
Gathering
them
favor.
with the debt that would cause by putting forth the game.
So was it a favor, or was it a backhanded dealing there?
I believe it was a political attempt to saddle the other house with enough responsibilities, difficult, and expenses in order to allow House Pelops to take advantage.
Well, then all we have to do is tell them that we're broke and that we hate them, and maybe they'll do the same to us.
It has been proven in years since that is not necessarily going to case. While it is expensive in the short term for the house, it often grants large dividends.
So if it doesn't break you, it makes you stronger.
Indeed.
Didn't you say the great houses don't really like us, though?
Yes. However, it is... If the Great House decided to press this tradition and ask the Empress to give it to a particular house, she could do so. If that house not us, then certainly we would not get the glory or the ability to host event.
Will the Empress be in attendance?
Not likely, but it is possible. She has attended many of these events, but has not attended for the last cycles. She generally
Who is the current sponsor?
The current sponsor is Great House Cecil.
Oh,
Of
boy.
course it is.
Now, Great House Sessus is not like many other houses. It has 5 sides, or 5 great sides, and each of these 5 great sides has vote in all of major decisions that house made. Therefore, each side has a responsible member sent as their representatives the great game. Now, this comes down to Sessus Kajaksai Rave.
Boy. Oh boy. Kajaksa?
Kajaksai.
Kajaksai. Kajak.
In the NPC folder, we've interacted several of
Rave, R-A-V-S.
Okay.
Sessus Alon.
ALON.
Yeah.
A-L-O-N. He does not have a Psi name as he is the founder of Psi.
Yeah, I read all these. So
So he's the founder. Awesome.
Majel Psi Talor.
Joe. Okay.
God, hard one. Chinao Psi Hannibal.
You better spell that.
Chenowsai.
Okay. Sheena.
You
Okay.
can type it out.
I suppose.
Wait, so the first one was Kajaksai Rave?
Yes, like the party.
Yeah. I had written them as separate. I'm an idiot.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, that's a weird one. Okay.
I would
Gino.
think that would be pronounced Chanosai.
Hannibal. And then Cessus Denerid.
That is correct. He is also found Psi.
Wait, I thought you said there were 5.
Then it's 5.
Wait.
There's Kajak, Rave, Alon.
Oh, yeah. I got confused by the Magil side being put back up there.
Those are the 5.
Cessus Denerid.
I know some I not have good information.
So what you're saying is that we could, any one of these influence points would be working towards the goal, and the more of them that we can secure, the better our chances are.
That is.
Oh.
Now there is one last way that could sidestep almost everything I have talked about.
Of course, it's going to be the most difficult, isn't it?
And if we are champ 1 of Element Prime events, are able to ask Chris to go to this, can ask for everything else.
But isn't that the same thing that would happen if you managed to get the sponsors on your side?
Indeed. So if did not manage that, then becoming a house champion by winning one of the prime events will allow you to do. Win any of the prime events as a house, then the champ that won that event champion get a chance to meet Emperor person and ask a boon.
Ooh.
Any of the prime events?
Yeah, the premier events.
Like all the ones that are on the.
The
Left
title
side.
Celestial Bow, Terrestrial,
Okay.
Regatta.
That was just clarifying because I didn't know if it was just like Title Cup and the Regatta or if it was everything on here.
Title Cup, the Regatta, Alchemist Challenge, the Celeste Fist, also the Celestial.
Alright.
As I said, you can ask Vinny and I to give you as much information as. As for our rival, to host the next great game, I can only anticipate. I can't say for sure.
And what do you anticipate?
I anticipate that at least one of the great houses will object the idea of great game will be blessed. Which house? Who amongst them? I have no idea.
I have another question. If we manage to get on somebody's bad side,
What do you mean, if?
like either one of the Cessus or somebody that happens to win a game, are we just screwed? Like if they ask that we don't host the games?
Traditionally, different separate setups that I have talked about have last word who gets the next great game. However, unofficially, there is a banquet for on the night before the last night of the game, before the closing. During that banquet, all of these people have to always at that banquet, and they have to all walk out of that banquet
right,
with the decision of who, and they claim who made that they are the one made that final.
I assume this banquet is entertained by the 3 finales going that day?
No, the banquet is after the after party, to speak, and it
What
is.
a waste. I'd have put that with the Muses finale.
So do they vote or
It is
does
unclear.
somebody get the last word?
It is unclear, but all of the members of that I have iterated, they will all claim that they were the ones cited it, and that the rest of members of that party simply went along with them because, of course, they were authority. So.
Okay.
Ah, politics.
I like to also imagine that Raphael started writing down on his fucking notes or something.
Now, this is what I meant when I told that the politics of the realm were a myriad made that what little experience you have within our house has not truly prepared you. Unfortunately, you are the one that they are expecting. I cannot any for you. I help in what little ways I can, but they will not take half dragons.
Stupid.
Well,
Raziel.
Temperance
Just
16.
believe that, Raziel, just believe and more than believe, understand that in your heart and mind that this is fated to happen for our city, and therefore it must be, and everything go plan.
But then if I mess it up,
If
And
you,
punch
I ruin
people.
everything.
if you are fated, if this is fated to be, then it will happen. You must believe it is fated to be so.
Razio slowly sinks back in his chair.
may I go on with other rivals for our great game?
Yeah.
I believe that there is most likely at least one or other houses in the north that will attempt to do what we are doing as well. And that it's possible that that one of the other high house, either south or west, may attempt to serve as well. Though I can't having a great bid for this by comparison to us, it is highly possible that they will either just sabotage our own effort out of spite or attempt to make a plea for why their location work just well.
Would it be worth trying to bring them on board?
It is possible, but during the great game, people dynasties are so involved and tribalistic in their own house that it didn't gain much cooperation. I'm not saying possible. Certain many friends start game, but widespread aid may be.
Speaking of friendship, are there any of our rival houses that we are looking to try and build relationship with?
Well, there are certainly other rival houses that are at the game. Of course, you know that Margard is going Geta. In addition, the other high houses have a team the high house of the west, Lacosi, Lacosi, and the high house of the south, the Nozama.
Wait, so south is Lacosi?
No, Lacosi west. They are the keepers of the call.
Okay, west is Lacosi. And the other one was Nizoma, and that was for what?
They are south.
Alright.
There is no high house.
I just filled up 2 pages of notes.
There's the.
Yeah, you weren't the only one.
There's a how do you spell that?
Gosh darn it, you're gonna make me erase it and spell it right now, aren't you? Yep.
Yep, that definitely looks like a Western name.
You know what?
Kill you all.
Just to give you a little bit of background on them, Lacosi there's a call. You know what call is, Eltama?
No.
It is Holy Land of the Immaculate, where the Immaculate made their base and began the army.
Call as in C-A-U-L?
Correct.
God damn it.
It is a land that is grip on warfare, devout temple for the Mac faith, those of the Dema.
Stop vaping.
Vape you.
Immaculates and
Lunatics.
Like, my mind was going to all these different words that were similar to lunatics. Alright. God damn it. Making me write even more shit. I have a fucking, Venn diagram going on here now. That's a dope name, though.
What?
I said that's a dope name, though.
What?
Like, they worship the lunar exalted, so they're lunatics.
Actually, that's where the term lunatic comes from.
I know.
Yeah, that's an English word, too. People who be crazy howl at the moon.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, werewolves. Well, hairy people that howl at the moon. They need to be locked up for their own good.
Okay.
And the lunars, like the solars, have all gone anathema.
The lunars are anathema.
All of the lunars and the solars.
Lunars and solars are both sets.
And there is no exception to that.
That is correct.
Okay.
Because lunars and solars stole their power from lords of.
Dick move.
Exactly.
And the Nozama?
They are rulers of City of Steel Lotus and Hen.
City of the Steel in Ang Hen? Oh my god. This is a mess.
I agree.
No, I'm gonna have to send this page of notes because there are arrows going everywhere.
Mine too.
That's what my notes usually look like.
On the bright side, Naya pays no attention to any of this.
It fits the character, though.
Start talking about house stuff and politics and.
Oh, Ang Hen.
Angten is a province. If you look at the map of Exalted, there's like a peninsula that juts out from the south toward the Blessed Isle. That's Angten. It's generally massive jungles and very steep mountain volcanoes.
Alright. So these are people we should generally watch out for?
They are the other high houses, which, by the way, I would recommend never refer to us or any of the other high houses as high houses around the greater houses. It is not.
Why?
It is not a actual term used by the Thousand Scales. It is simply a colloquialism that has grown up around our house as greatest of the lesser house. And if you use it around any of the great houses, they will probably think you are full of yourselves and disciplined.
They think that of our existence, Osama.
Indeed, but this will rile up those that are not against. If you wish to piss them off, by all means say it. Or if you wish them to laugh at you.
I don't want to do that. Alright, and is there anybody else?
Those would be
How
the
much
only
time
ones.
do you have?
Those would be
How much? It's like a week? No, there's 2 weeks.
We're going to be there for 2 weeks. We have another few days there.
When do they make the final decision? That's on the second to last day?
Correct.
The night
The night of the second to last day. And I would say that most of your time outside the event that you have signed up like that.
Wonderful.
Sounds like I need to find more events.
You, Orion, Humma look like you have to get ready.
Yes, I was starting to think that would be a bad thing.
And Temperance has a full schedule too.
Where's Adal when we need him?
He was quickly out on his task, what have you, whatever the text I have sent him on or doing with. I have no idea of other families. I would presume it would be very busy with the various sorcery and craft to have events.
Is there anything at all, anything else at all that I have to know?
I am certain that there will be many things that we'll have to find out, discover, in order to make this out. But other people that might get in our way, those are the ones that I have anticipated. Beyond that, we will simply pay attention and hope that are attentive enough to discover them before they get in our way.
What about the oh god, I want to say Margard district?
The
Aren't
Margard,
they-
Your house.
the Margard,
House?
House Margard will indeed be here and has shown their desire to get into some kind of stuff, whether they attempt to sabotage our bid for the Necre game, whether they support it. I'd say they certainly stand to benefit our city, but they may attempt to undo it just by us. They are a vindictive.
Oh, quick out of character question. When I was talking with the heir the other night, was she obviously elemental or dragon?
Yes, she's dragon.
25 and she's dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You're younger and you're a dragon.
Yes, but they're supposed to be a little less fecund than we are.
A little less what?
Fecund? I might be saying the word wrong. They're supposed to be less.
Oh.
They don't do all Zombie do.
Which is
Okay.
why you probably should have been little that there were 7 of them.
Yeah, they all, and one of them, the only one that I heard talk for the blood rushing to my ears of wanting to punch the one next to me, spoke river, or very much was a native river speaker.
Loquaciously at that.
Of course, we can speak of this more whenever you like, Elders.
Last question for you, Elder. Do we have any allies here?
We have each other.
Indeed. I believe we can count on the Geta as allies, as our houses have come very close over the last season. But there are very few amongst the Blessed Isle who I would say are allies. The great houses deal with us because they are forced to do so. If they had their own way, they would have swallowed us ages ago.
I see.
We do have we have an aged member of our house amongst deliberators, but he has nothing to do with this subsect, though he may be at the games. I have not spoken to him in a...
Who is he?
He would be... wrong. He is FeremS02E04, Calgary.
With a K?
Yes.
Right.
He was named council by the Empress after his service to... And by the way, that's how you become...
So it's a boon to be handed out.
That's one way to look at it. Become a senator, often grant position of power. Become a deliberator, often a way for problem.
A mixed blessing. Colossal power and itty-bitty living space?
Well, even deliberator, given a place of honor, but given that they overguide or one of their committee, off a slow death, it has been at least compared to. Is there any other question you have, Elder, or among the rest of
My head is swimming.
None that can be answered, apparently.
please do ask. I will attempt to.
I've already asked who has the final say.
They all do.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense.
It is Blessed Isle. Elder. This is the way Blessed.
But it doesn't work because it doesn't make sense.
I assure you, it has worked for the last 740. Well, nearly.
Remember, just believe that it is maybe so. Go,
Is it?
and everything will work out.
As he crawls under the table and starts banging his head on the floor.
I see that we have reached your day. I shall take this up with you on the...
Well said.
In that case, I will see you all about ship. I have matters. Noth will walk out, wave to Daho, then diligent grab books and scrolls and other carry.
Why did Daho become her servant? That wasn't...
It becomes everyone's servant.
Raphael just slowly shambles off back to the little room that he came from.
So what are we doing today?
Well, we have the game basically planned out. Don't know much else about what's going on there until we get there. So I'm not exactly sure. Other than I plan to be avoiding House Margard as much as possible.
It's up to ourselves to entertain ourselves.
Well, you have your family with you.
Yes, but they're being boring too. They're talking all planning. Blah.
Raziel is catching up on all the sleepy laughs.
I'm
Yeah, I gotta go in a few minutes, but I got a couple yet.
Okay. Just
Talk about
trying to
that.
be helpful.
No, the message on Roll20. Nice.
Oh, I had it on mute.
I feel like Raziel like closed his eyes, go to sleep, realized he was on an airship in the middle of the sky, and then stopped sleep for the rest of the night.
Panic attack, panic attack, panic attack.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I actually don't picture any of us being really comfortable being on this airship.
The doll would love it.
It does
Yes.
rock back and forth, and suddenly have turbulence and blown by heavy one way or the other. You are
It's storm season.
yeah, and you are traveling pretty much in and or above the cloud because it is wet season, so it's not exactly a pleasant
Not a fun
cruise.
time.
I mean, you're not rock and roll hold. It has it. So if there's nothing else that you want to talk about,
Nope.
Naya,
Yo.
you will be. Do you wish to play out, or do you wish to just simply know that Paladine will seek you out several times to speak poetry at you?
Yeah.
What?
That's a normal activity.
It is.
Yeah, it starts with hugs, and then it just kind of goes from there.
Naya is supposed to get married.
I'm jealous though.
Yes.
I got a little
That's
mad
Naya.
with me whenever I look
So
too
she's at a
closely.
generally brief stage where she should be careful not to get pregnant, but her family's also really not big on that part. They don't care about that part either as much.
Well, they
Hello,
did. They're very
dragon.
mad at my uncle for making so many babies when they can't afford it.
Look, as long as she's not showing before the marriage, everything's okay.
Wait. So you're gonna actually bed Paladine?
Yeah, I'm bored.
Idea, not this.
Oh my god.
Naya's an innocent flower. Naya's also a wood dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, I suspect he's the one that's going to wake up to an empty bed.
Like, we just all see Naya, it's like, she has no idea what sex is. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's a normal thing.
You when you
Okay.
get bored.
That's what cousins are for.
That's what my cousin. Yeah, my aunt and my uncle. They're very generous with their harem if anybody gets bored.
We're gonna lose Naya to a Sinus party, aren't we?
Probably.
Actually, the entire set. It's like,
Ooh, what's
where's
that?
Naya's house Gata? They went to a party last night and they haven't come back. So I'm sure the Sinus have some sort of like, oh yeah, no, totally 2-week long party here.
Well, no, they became
Lord,
door
upper house
prizes
members.
because they're adorable.
All right. So why doesn't everybody come up with one brief thing that happened during the trip? I'm totally giving to Daisha that slept with. She
Do you
slept
want to do
with.
the card
with-
thing or
What do you mean?
the downtime?
Oh
card
yeah,
happened?
you know what? That's
How I got
not
to
a
write
bad
all
one.
That could
I want to establish now. That somebody had to stop Daho from falling off the edge of the ship.
That's a given. At least
That's-
once a day.
At least.
Okay, everybody has a card. Play your card, and based on the suit that it is the type of thing that happened.
Diamond.
Play the card. I don't see a card yet.
Who's in where?
The card above your name on Roll20.
Oh, actually, that's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah,
So, whose card is the 9?
Mine.
Okay, I'm going to put that one second.
I am the 8.
I'm the ace.
I'm a
Okay.
7 of diamonds.
Wow, everybody
Lots of
got
diamonds.
diamonds.
I got a spade.
How do we find treasure on an airship?
I found treasure in somebody's hands.
There's a smuggler's hole.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the treasure can come in the form of either experience and or an ally. So, or a favor, is what I say. Naya, I guess you have not Raziel, Paladine's favor.
Yay.
So he will continue to word for it.
Woo you?
Chase your affection.
That's actually a really good thing. What does my card mean again? I don't remember.
Now I'm just seeing Paladin as like a French Zap Brannigan.
I have to go.
Okay.
So let's figure out what did he do?
Oh, go ahead and hit me so I can figure out how it's going to work.
This is a favor or a treasure, an item, something that you gain during the trip. So,
Okay.
are you going to be
looking
coming
at the-
back after you drop off or pick up the child?
Yeah, I should be back in like 30-40 minutes.
Donnie was the 9 or
Yeah,
the 8?
Donnie's the 9.
Yes, the 9.
Yeah, 8 and 9 are both political capital.
Oh,
I happen to
right.
get the one
Okay, I got a couple
I happen to
ideas.
get the card that is literal treasure.
Oh, so I gained political capital before I even drew the card, and it just happens to fit.
Yes, it
Nice.
does.
And
All right,
I
well,
discovered
I'll be
my
back.
inner Regara blood.
I don't remember. I don't know what my card does.
You have Ace of Spades. Travel. During this downtime, interlude involves traveling someplace. No shit. The number on the card refers to the distance from your home setting,
Well,
the realm.
should I just get another card? That's kind of bullshit.
I think we can do
Or you can pretend it's stars.
what stars again?
Connections, but because there's no stars in that deck, right? That's a 4 suit.
Yeah, this is a 4 suit.
Connection. So I think that we're gonna do that.
Ace or 2 card,
That's because there's no 2 or ace 4-card deck, or the 5 suit deck. That one goes from 3 to king.
does it?
Yes.
Well,
Don't ask
you have
me
2
why.
for club and all that, but whatever you want to make ace then.
How about we go with the more basic one out of horror rulebook, which I believe spade. That one are something tragic.
Oh no!
No, that is
You know, is it sad that the first thing that came to my head was somebody didn't save Daho from falling off the end of the ship?
running an interlude. Spade, victory.
Oh, is it victory? Okay, well that works.
Tell the group about a great victory or personal triumph in your adventurer's past.
So, what triumph did you save Daho? Is that what we're going?
It's not very hard. You
Yeah.
He triumphed in getting the good graces of one of the major houses.
Murta. No.
That's not going to help you with
The
your
only
objective.
the only member of a great house on the ship is Cessus
It's
Kajak.
Yeah, it's the Silver Falcon.
What's his name? Why am I blanking
Silver
on his
Falcon.
first name?
I don't have that open. NPC folder, go! What is this?
I think it's Ikira or
Here we go, I got it.
Ikiri?
Silver... Ikari.
Ikari. I was close.
Sorry, Steel Falcon, not Silver
I
Falcon.
think Silver Falcon might have been.
His uncle was Golden Bull.
Golden
I think is why I got this.
And we'll just have it that I kept Daho from falling off ship. But I did it like cool. Like I did a backflip off the ship and like grabbed the edge of it and grabbed him.
Okay, well that's something to add your journal.
Oh, there's good shit.
Actually, it looks like Diamonds isn't based on the card. You're supposed to get a diamond card. You're supposed to roll 6 again.
Yeah, that's the one out of main.
No, I'm reading yours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the one out of the main book is Desire.
In any case,
But I'm amused at trying to figure out a way, if you go off cards, of Temperance somehow found her in a Regara blood and is owed a lot of money.
can't imagine how that would.
I can't imagine Sarah not constantly running some sort of gambling ring.
Well, that's entirely possible, I suppose. You want to make some bets, some proof. Perfect.
I like
Alright.
the idea of Taha actually being really good at gambling. She's like, I did this here.
She's good with numbers, charts. Okay, so the ship finally pulls out and Blessed Isle for the first time, cloud part, and there's this massive ring of cloud at 3 different levels, and then the Imperial Mountain juts out of top and just extends high the strata. The slopes completely covered white, brilliant whiter cloud around the peak, brilliant line reflecting. As go along, pass over what Sarah and other members out as Shadow Coast, directly head west coast of the Isle, then come the Cloac. What his name is? Had it down. So the city has not one but Airspire and a large island that is off the northwest that is clearly, and there's a vast city. It looks like a direct hall style structure other than the west. The airship towed in place. Airspire are allowed much no discuss baggage that you actually probably half what expect and nearly a third less. The Lord Elder.
I didn't have a lot. I don't know if they'll say I sent a bunch of stuff after and got it off. Likely.
Well, a lot of bags that were said Kari walk out line for the Bella ship, which are very.
You know, all the things that all of Raziel's stuff got kicked out for beforehand.
Yep.
And we're on vacation.
So 4 carry.
Desk, entire furniture set.
Arms, blades. So after that, you guys downset carriages charged by a inn that is, not half bad. Oh, by the way, this realm, so instead of those tiny little chair racks, are most wide, the classical Japanese Chinese style and full-on gutter, but whole more modern, technological, more advanced.
We lost Dav.
Did?
Yeah. He just posted some wrong send.
I heard a beep.
If you're on the Roll20 page, it won't be the messages.
I would like to note that I'm drawing gardenia as throughout this time.
I thought you were sewing pocket.
Oh no, I misplaced my thread and I finished the pocket. So after I came back, I started drawing gardenia.
Flint, I missed it. What second of we flew over the Shadow Coast? Where did we land?
Your Eagle picture, very northwest lesson.
Seeing it on the map.
Which map?
The first one on Wiki, Exalted Map, Blessed Isle. Is it closer to Tongma Island, Storm Coast?
Hold on. What do you put in?
Exalted Map of Blessed Isle.
Okay.
Blob.
So this one is what you call a broad strokes area. The Eagle Prefecture is part of Storm Coast, and to the east of Tong. Correct.
Okay, so it's been okay. And the cloister and all that's on the side of the island.
The Cloister of Wisdom is, Cloister of Wisdom and Heptagram are the only
in
two
your game
that
it's
actually
next
have
to
location.
it's next to mountain.
Yeah, the Cloister of Wisdom is, see where the Imperial River base
Yeah.
river is coming up? One of those is the Imperial River and the other is the something like that. And
Okay.
between is where between that, the
Cloister is.
Imperial Mountain Cloister.
Yeah, because I know you've taken liberties with it, and I've taken a lot of liberties after I read the second edition of Cloister because it was practical.
And then
We only take 125 students. Yeah, no, that's not going to work with the story.
and then if you see the Shadow Coast, and there's that island at the north tip of it.
That's the heptagram.
That's the Heptagram.
There we go. I'm back.
Hello. no.
And then the House of Bells have no book, no reference on any house.
Which is weird because they give a pretty exacting location for the cloister officially.
Yeah, the
It's
cloister.
like you can see the Empress house from it.
Yeah. Cloister, they give a relative one, but I mean, you have to look at that one. The heptagram one thing, absolutely.
Sorcery.
Yeah, but
I would assume the House of Bells is either in the Imperial River Basin or like the Dragon's Wrath Plain or something like that.
see, I decided to just give it multiple chances.
That makes sense.
One for
I mean,
each.
that's where most people end up going.
Yeah, one for terrain type. So there's one in Lord's Cross area, another one Storm Cove, another one Silk Girl, that area, probably way over J Cove. But yeah,
I took complete liberty with the cloister and made it so like there's an undergrad where it's just like kind of a boarding, general boarding school of here. Maybe they'll learn something, and then there's the upper sort of you want to actually become a monk where it's a lot more limited enrollment, like book has it. Because most of the characters I've made are not meant to actually become fully enlightened because they're all terrible, terrible teenagers. So frankly, none of the teachers I've made are very. They're light, but they also deal with a bunch of teenagers.
Each of these locations that you have here, those are just general. The prefect.
I figured because I could have pulled up your map, but then my computer would have sort of like died. Because your map, it's like, oh, it's loaded. Oh, it's thinking. Oh,
sorry.
Oh, it's gonna be a while.
Anyway, so unlike everywhere else been so far, well, actually, how many of you have actually been to the Blessed Isle? Okay. Orion has.
Orion and I have.
Adele has.
Yeah. I don't believe Raziel's ever been. Yeah. Island and Naya was trained at. She also. They were both trained in.
Actually, the only member of my family who's ever been to the Blessed Isle on my generation is Amala.
I seem to remember Raziel actually going to the Blessed Isle for like some spy thing. Am I making that up?
I know you were trained
in the East. Never mind.
Yeah, and Naya and Raziel were City of Thorns.
Okay,
the America
so
outlet.
For everybody who hasn't been to Blessed Isle, just for general, the people here are extremely polite.
Are we in Lionland?
What?
Are we in Lionland?
Yeah, essentially.
Just replace Samurai Sama with Dragon Sama.
Yeah, the Blessed Isle has essentially a 4 caste, but 3 of the caste. You have slaves at bottom, are red, the peasantry above that have church of dining. But unlike Cherak, where it's kind of formal, here everybody knows exactly what status you are, where things have actor way, so on and so forth. Customs are practice. People don't question that common both culture and dragon-blooded mad charm force that same culture. So this is far more strict than probably. I mean, the only thing like that in modern world probably quite like North Heretic.
That's a myth.
Well, but even so, you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
So
Japan does have an unvote cast.
This one's not.
Oh no, it is not.
So anyway, that's what you come in contact, possibly for the time or not for time in a while. And the deference that as soon as they send that dragon, because you may just perform, they get sudden they're bowing, doing what hell.
And Raziel is dying inside.
There's a reason that it's on.
Yep.
So is there anything anyone do arrive or?
Sleep.
Okay, take you a rather lavish Raziel and given over sleep. You are asked.
Of course I am. And of course Raziel will say no.
As wish dragons. Actually, you know what? Probably here I'm still drag, but that's fine.
Dono or Denka.
I'm not familiar with Denka.
Denka is kind of it's equivalent like your grace or your ex.
That worked for me.
I wasn't sure if the line be for that for the deliberative or not. Because I know Heka or it'd be Denka or or Dono. I think there's one in between.
I think I'll keep Dono for Rex Superiors and Denka for all dragon stuff. So as you wish, drag Denka. Yeah, we'll back up. Anyone else?
I'd probably take Taha out because she does nicer clothes because she only has like that one night she got for Raziel's wedding.
Okay. Anyone else going out?
Are there any like super awesome, well-known sites nearby that?
I'm sure there's heart everywhere.
Give me a smarts check.
Something famous.
Give me a smarts.
Maybe what's his face would have told me about it.
What's
his face?
Paladine.
Paladine's not from.
Yes, but maybe he's heard of it. I don't know. Where's my roll? There's my roll. Okay, smarts. 4.
I just saw your second comment. It was whenever we lost Raziel.
No. Do I know of anything?
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
I apologize for rolling a 4. If I had rolled lower, you wouldn't have needed to look stuff up.
I apologize for not having to. It is the Cessus, ancestral homeland. So it has. Holy crap! What is going on? What was that?
What?
There was just a bunch of
Huge amount of noise, like someone trying to.
And dropping books on it at time.
That might have been me. My internet was just shit for a moment.
Okay. Okay, there is a place that might interest you. It's called it's called the Eagles Lawn Galloween Stargazer Manor. It is a rich, well manor in support of a rather famous line of cat that have genus bred what are called hearth cat. They are a type of genus craft and that has mystical ability. Oh my god, because it's been so long.
I'm not gonna say hi to the cat.
What's the genus craft called again?
Hearth.
Horse cat?
Hearth.
Hearth cats. What do they do?
He just said he doesn't remember.
Flint forgot. Even what they do.
Oh, he's there?
He got home. Yeah.
Okay.
And no, he's not going to hop out of whatever nether space doll is in. That'd be funny. I'm here! I win the event! I go! What the hell was that? That's our trump card. It just kind of appears and wins. Sometimes he red mist people. So can we have the place now?
He flew in on his own. Duh.
Hearth cats have magical ability to emit heat, keep warm during the night. Heat is emitted very light areas. Cat north snub a purse lap.
That's adorable.
Yeah, they're literal bed warmers.
Yep.
They are literal bed warmers. Even though you
Thanks.
don't need that in the Blessed Isle because the Blessed Isle is always perfect.
No, it cold
It doesn't get cold.
on the northern.
Not where we're from. That's not cold. That's summer.
These
less
cats
humidity.
are relatively common on Blessed Isle now. They're quite spendthrift. Bloodline must have very irritability across general ability.
And how many of these are Sakura and Orion going to attempt to smuggle back north?
I want one.
It'll set you on fire, probably. You're
What?
a wood dragon.
No, it's a warm, not hot.
They're still wood dragons. They might accidentally just get flame.
Unless you're the dragon of like dry, I doubt that's gonna happen.
So don't put one near your Naya's sister. Okay.
Yep, Leland does look like dry leaves.
Oh, just look. It's a kitty. I hate it. It's made of happiness. That's why I hate it.
Yeah, so, he, just cause, Paladine knew this, I will take beautiful place as a manor, beautiful, wonderful, within regional, heart cat, the breed there are
Art. French doesn't pronounce H's.
Right, art cats. they are the most, they still breed the most squeezy, line, most, brilliant red scarlets with the yellow patch on their chest. You'd love them.
Yay!
Come back. And he gets into a nice dark carriage. Starts telling you, it'll take a while to get there. Maybe we should entertain ourselves.
Look outside!
she's on ground again. There are trees.
True enough.
Even
I
for
didn't
cherries.
somewhere that I've heard about since a little kid.
It is just
It's
the
just
blessed
amazing.
isle. It is not.
I've never been here.
I tell you may enjoy this land, and I pray you enjoy. Go, of course. But I take my homeland. Will come. You will see the beatific, and you will love it beyond all words. But this is a pale comparison. But enjoy.
I shall.
And now he
I don't know what
because a shrub they passed by is now overshadowed.
Which, by the way, you can ask me 2 questions about him that I will answer truthfully.
Oh. I think of questions to ask. Do I have to ask him now, or
No,
can I ask
I'll
him
give you
later?
till the end game session.
You should probably ask if he has a wife that's gonna be pissed if you do.
Why would you be pissed as long as they're making babies?
Why do I care about his wife?
That too.
Wait, what?
If he's not a dragon, chances are good that his wife's
No,
not.
he is a dragon, isn't he?
He is a dragon. But even still, why do I care about his wife? I have no reason to care about his wife.
Because as long as she's getting children out of him, she's gonna be weird if he gets jealous.
How high did you roll on
And
your?
he had the fact
How high did you roll on your smart check?
A 4.
only a 4.
Okay.
I mean, to me, married people having sex with other people is normal. Remember this.
That is actually just fairly normal on the island, though.
So why would I care about his wife? I have no reason.
Because Raziel's adorable creature.
So, in that case, you will go into the place. But are you actually going to buy yourself a hearth cat?
How much are they?
If you want one from this place, the original location where they were bred and created, it's expensive. This isn't just any. This is, what are they called? Scarlet.
Can I try to convince a paladine to buy me one?
Sure. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I don't think I have much persuasion.
Remember your charisma.
Your husband to be is our.
Okay. So my charisma is 0 because outsider. Does that apply in this case?
You're an outsider because you're right.
Yeah.
It clearly does not bother.
Okay. So
In this
that'd be a
particular case.
D4 since I don't have any persuasion.
Yeah. D4 minus
Okay.
2 if you don't have.
Okay. But it's also +2 because of charisma.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you?
Got an 8.
8. He will dip into his money and get you a hearth.
Yes, I have a ticket. Hope this world's not mad.
I
Your
hope
squirrel
they.
has a mount. What are you talking about?
Or the cat has a dinner.
The cat gets a little saddle and it's a squirrel cat.
All right.
This world is used to having lots of friends back in Thorn, so.
All right. I'm gonna guess Maylin is kind of weirded out by you not going with Rusgetta, and you want to start talking about what. So
Okay.
you might want to. She'll look at it with disgust. It's so vibrant. That's so not.
Where's Ash?
You would probably like that.
I have a kitty. All I had to do was sleep with some guy. It's great.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Anyone else doing anything that night? Take that as a no.
No, after going shopping with Tom, both of us are probably horrendously overwhelmed. Tom's probably gonna want in the room because it's really starting to skin where she is.
Not only
And,
that,
God.
you got to remember how many exalted are in this city right now.
Yeah, no,
Normally in the
Tom was
Blessed Isle, you'd
oh,
see
God.
maybe 1 or 2 a day at most. Right now, there are literally thousands of them in the city.
She's just a little bit overwhelmed.
And she's expected to bow every 2 seconds.
She doesn't have to do that anyway. Just lock in. Patricia like her never expect come anywhere near his island. infinite base in the middle of creation.
All right. So I think that covers everybody, right? Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah.
I'm a Sakura, probably want to go out shopping, drag him, or
Sakura's pretty much playing it straight. Probably wants to go around and see things, but probably just as overwhelmed as Taha.
Yeah, and they still have their whatever there.
brown it booze.
She's. I don't know why you guys all think she's like an uber boozer. You had one bender.
Let's see, because temperance. And Temperance is very fond of her.
Well, that's
To put
true.
it light.
So she is going to probably go out for food and whatnot with Orion back after being
And their
like,
chaperone.
and their chaperone, and after being completely overwhelmed by the fact that there are dragon-blooded just walking around everywhere and fawned over and expect fawn over them just as. And it's a little too overly warm for any. So next, you guys will wake up in the morning to a gentle ringing of a bell, like a high ting bell.
I was probably fun.
Oh, problem. For breakfast, he serves a rice, whatever you wish to order on top of it. He is used to having a nutrition level guests, so they are able to do both things. After which, Noth will.
And guess what, Naya? None of it pickle one.
Yeah.
Yes, there's nothing here except pickle. Nothi will say, "It is time for you all to put on your house regalia, and it is time for us to get all registered in and put in place for the parade."
There's a parade.
Yes, all the team parade in front of the audience of the in Coliseum. It starts at one end of the town, goes to one of the main streets, ends up Coliseum, and circles a couple of times where you are placed into your team location.
But I was just in a parade.
I don't think they take that into account. If it makes you feel any better, you will not have to give a speech at the
That actually does.
I thought it might. So each of you have your very formal clothing with your house rem colors, your rooted Sai colors, and your badge house.
How do your house gonna work armor?
It's basically just a badge placed on it with tape that does house colors.
Yeah, that's about how it's gonna work.
Oh wait, you have a choker. That's where you place it.
I have a, yeah.
And that will be more efficient.
Know where gardenias would be.
Okay. Not sure what that means, but okay.
Well, she only has one place that it go.
That be
On her belt.
her belt. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't dress style wear.
Well, do remember that this is wet season, so it's entirely possible that it's raining. Probably a drizzle because they weather altering apparatus to
Okay, I
make
think
it as
gardenia's
much
in
as
a different
possible.
outfit then.
Okay, but yes, most likely overcast drizzle.
Not wonderful weather.
Well, blessed Isles for
Yeah,
like very short period of time.
If you feel, you get one day of sleep, so everyone goes, oh, look, it's like they get just enough snow.
Except the mount that good. So you guys are placed probably about 2/3 the way toward front of parade train.
Okay, we're not actually in the front.
No, you are given status because you are essentially the greatest of the lit house. And at least someone who makes decisions as where you are placed, knowledge, right? This, however, does mean that you are placed between the Legacy, who are in front of you, and House Nellen's team.
There, now you can see why Gardenia only has one spot where her house thing would go.
Weird post.
On Facebook Doodle.
Oh, okay. And of course, not an update that. Why would that?
Is nice doodle.
And why she would probably not have her outfit at them.
She could. It might be a little cold. Wouldn't
a
her
nice doodle though.
her outfit for today would probably be more green though?
No, she only wears white.
Oh really?
She is a Gardenia embodied.
Well, she wear her house signet right there on
Yep.
gold.
Yep.
Just making sure that was supposed to be Drake carving.
No.
Okay. So you guys are placed in that spot, and the march begins probably sometime around 9 o'clock. Takes you about 2 hours to march through the city, and there are just as when you were marching the marital raid, there are plenty of patricians and what's the lower attrition? Plebeian. Thank you. And plebeians. Though what you actually see as you move through is far less plebeians and far more patricians because they're the ones that have ability to actually pay or get ends their base cut out of. Though you will occasionally. As you make your way through the city, again, probably struck by the very statue fountain. There are a flock of eagles that are flying back and forth the city as like a massive swarm. As they are symbol of the prefecture. And as you close on the Coliseum, it looked like a pretty decent big structure when you were in there, but as you close on it, you start to realize how massive structure it at 7 stories tall, maybe around edge, and takes just walk out a section. As you pass through, the roar of the crowd outside, which thought were kind of loud, are pale in comparison to the roars coming from the crowd as the first of the great house again bird behind. They were still cheering as coming out so, but once they saw that first Nellens banner, the whole crowd went, and after the Nellens came out, the next, the great houses came out, and then you are situated fine spot in ground. The last house to come out is House Mem, just in case it's curious.
Yeah, but I wonder how much fighting went for those men on probably back last.
the reason why I call her white hair.
Yeah, when I made the Emperor, like, some of their fear stuff I've read about, I was like, oh, I unintentionally kind of fearful about fish. Now I know why they're fearful about some of their fish.
Yeah. Not,
She knows all, and all. And acts sometimes.
She looks
Yeah.
after you are all situated, every single one of the base stand, military style, in our face or the podium, the members of House Cessus, sitting, their divided sect away from, and base at the podium that's set up there, man that, surrounded this white, next to him there are several other, what appear to be, much less dragon of different color, and, a Cessus will walk up and, power his voice, scout, entire crowd, say, "It is time for me to welcome you to the 5th of Dawn's great game. Here before us are these our competitors, and before I go further, I will turn things over the Paragon of Air that he might bless this game, or Paragon of Water that he might bless game, and begin our competition."
The Paragon of Water has a name?
No, there's another man sitting next to us.
Okay.
The Paragon of Water steps out behind House Essus, and he is sackcloth black from head to toe, wearing a sackcloth black set of robes, just trimmed purple. The fact that you couldn't see was simply because there was my shadow behind Seth, and sort of he steps up the podium, who must power and voice go entire crowd, perhaps podium himself, and raise both hands up, the general clerical code, say, and he's obviously quoting from the diligent practice, all beings in creation are constantly dying and being reborn, ascending and descending upon the road of enlightenment. Those who are exalted are very close to the glory of the Immaculate. End quote. It is these and others with similar levels of enlightenment that we are here to bear witness in this springtime of their year. As their new incarnation show their glory and might for us this day, we bless. Then he will hold his hands up again, begin quoting, "Working together and accepting their present incarnation, all beings in creation mimic the elemental dragon and approach their perfection." Lowering his hand, the end quote. "May these incarnations surprise us with their tenacity, their cunning, their fury, their glory, and may they bring awe to our hearts and stability realm. Go forth, compete, and in your great show us all." And the crowd will give a solemn bow to Immaculate Paragon before it takes his seat next where the Cessus will stand. And the Cessus will come out. "And now it is time. It is time for the great game to begin. But first, we must give thanks to those who died in the service of the realm this year." And he begins listing off the various battles that have occurred across the Empire and across the threshold locations and everywhere that the legions have been doing battle.
There's usually, well, that's a normal number of cats, but that name comes up.
Yep, as does the Cessus that. And then he says, "And in special tribute, and a big urn seems very familiar to all, is brought out. And in special tribute, we pay homage to one that was taken from us too early. A great member of House Cessus that was key in the Eastern wars against those heathens from beyond the river. In our quest to bring all of creation under the Empress's grand rule, may she live forever. We honor the memory of Cessus Kajak Saman. May all of you do great glorious things in these games in the pursuit of giving him ever more glory for the next life." And then the urn is open and its ashes spilled in wind, which are flung sky. "Go forth from this place, go to your various meetings, and bring glory to your houses and to each other. Let the big game begin." And he will hold up his hand, crowd will go shit again. You guys are situated currently between the Legacy, the House Nellens to your right, Legacy to your left. In front of you is some house you've never seen before, and diagonal from you on the next ring in is House Margard, which actually places them way down Listrum technically, because it's a circle, a spiral kind of a thing, where the outside edge, the greatest side edge, side to the left. Any actions you want to take during speech or during the times that you were waiting with various people?
I'm gonna be looking at all the people I gotta talk to.
You're looking for like the officials and such?
Yeah, you gotta at least be able to recognize who they are.
Well, there are plenty of people on that very official look platform. As far as you know, that might be all of them.
I'll count them.
Count them?
Yeah, I know the people I'm supposed to talk to. I'll count them.
Okay,
Are they all there?
there are 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. There are a total of 18 people on the.
Well, now I have to get my notes and see how many people there were. I think it was less even.
Would I give you?
I would like to just note that I was whimpering while they were talking about Seth Kajak.
You were what? I'm sorry? You were what?
I was whimpering while they were talking about Seth Kajak.
You weren't happy about the fact that you were going to play a game voted?
Whimpering, she couldn't say them.
Yes, I'm remembering the whole situation in which I feel like it's all my fault that he died.
She's got some trauma about the head. Well, no one feels trauma.
Why would? So if that's all the actions I'm going to take, you are dismissed after about half an hour or so. And the captain and their second are invited captains shortly thereafter.
Initiator after that.
And then and then initiation after.
All right, go to Pluto.
Right.
Guessing I'm going to the beast.
Oh, that's right. So Malin
you're the second
and
as well.
Naya and
Well, let's see. The other dragons, one's a fire dragon, which Malin doesn't quite trust, and know he's family.
That's because she sucks.
Different.
And one is very, very, very bad around people.
Well,
But I mean besides Malin.
So that it's Malin, who's normal but sulky. There's me,
Go for it.
and then there's that fire dragon that just finished school, and I don't know enough about him to trust him. And then that other dragon that basically stays hidden because she doesn't know how to talk to anybody.
So yeah, you're second.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna hop off because I'm supposed to hop off at about 9.
You got friends. Where are you going?
Well, I mean, now seems like the time to hop off because it seems like this might take a bit.
Fine.
Alright, well, yep, get back to your net game.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully it'll on.
Can we talk shit about him now?
Huh? What? Where? How?
On. Fine.
Yeah,
Like
he's gone.
There's a gong?
Yes, there is now. That was how they end the ceremony. Ba-doom!
Yeah, I probably can't real house.
Oh, yeah.
I hate those things.
You're probably used them for House of
That's
Bells.
probably why I hate them.
That's why I hate them.
Oh, I want to know everybody's thoughts when I show them my kitty cat.
Whoa, wait a minute. We hardly know each other.
You know you better than you know the guy.
What dragon?
Did you take the cat with to the parade?
No,
Wait,
but
what?
I would have brought it back at some
It's probably at the
Oh, you mean a real cat?
any opportunity.
She got a
I
magical
could
hearth
have.
cat.
I would have wanted to show it to anybody I could have.
Okay.
I have the mind of a 10-year-old, sorry.
So Jago will point out to everybody showing her pussy up going.
And touch it, please. Pet it.
That is really
In
warm.
case you miss it,
Don't poke it, it claws.
in case you miss it, Naya has been sleeping with Paladine and got him to buy her a fire cat.
Oh, nice. I knew about the first part. I didn't know that was the boon that you took.
No, I'd roll for that.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't afford it, so I said,
Nice.
All right.
Womanly wiles.
So, I don't know how to. I'll talk later, I guess. So, Temperanto, Malin, Naya, Captain. This basically, it's a literal, so that it's got a large oak center, sort of, or outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
And on the long table, they have one set that's all paper part rye, the other set turkey, pheasant, beef,
And Naya crying inside.
everything. There's also
I'm pretty sure Naya crying inside.
written
Yeah,
all over the
but
place.
because she's drooling, that's why. She's just confused.
Oh yeah, Naya love those that are plug cooked and have the feather stuck back in for blood.
It's complicated. If God didn't want you to eat animals, he wouldn't have made them out of meat.
Well,
Does
I'm
Naya,
sure the god of cow probably had it.
Actually, no. He a lot.
No, the god of that house.
What?
The minor god of that house, Ific probably did not appreciate.
So as you brew, have all sorts of very this is a Cessa's manor that in.
It's a lot of red gold.
Yeah.
Naya loves red and cessus.
Is one of outer builds of manor. So you are greeted by Cess live servant, take Cess scribe, fed by Cess cutler. Pretty much.
What Buddha wearing one night morning.
It's actually kind of dark and quite made way to black. Though as get worn. So.
Big. Yeah. I'm pretty.
Okay, I had a good idea. Hard. Is that orange duck or hat orange? Can we?
Yeah, I have an idea of trying to run up.
What roll, Ryan?
Bam! I just heard something.
For no reason.
Just practice. Practicing.
Getting
that's
out
all.
all those good
Found a
rolls
training
before you
ground
actually need them.
before.
I got it.
That dummy is toast.
So in here you're going to see like all of Les house cap or walk around about as you guys usher. It looks like they have split off. Great captain.
I know.
I gotta call it a night too. You
Okay.
guys feel free to continue and just let me know when you post the audio.
I will.
Thank you much, guys. Night. Don't die.
I didn't have botch.
I guess good seeing them.
Yeah.
So Malin will. I don't think she has a problem saying about it.
I prefer her attention mostly focused on my second.
I will leave that up to Deja. I'm exactly how.
I'd say 50-50. She is very fascinated by him, but she's not going to let a man distract her from important.
Or at least that's what tells me.
She has been trained better than that.
And what's Naya up to?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Lots of people around. I'm not supposed to sit there and like be overly friendly with these bulls. And I'm going to eat.
Malin has a better leash on her than us.
But these are great houses.
No, we were sold off in the Great House 11.
Oh,
We're not good enough.
well, I'm still overwhelmed about being here.
There is
And I want my kitty cat.
there is a set of guards that divide the area of lesser houses.
Just we can hear them talk bad about us, but you know.
But the point is that there have been lots of great houses and people have been super formal, and it just weirds me out how formal everybody is.
If it helps you anymore, there's at least a couple of different like Mad Dog.
Like how?
They're staring at you as they are trying to intimidate you.
Also, you have ears.
Yeah, that's good.
I forget that part.
Same goes true with you.
It's somehow impossible. Temperance more aloof.
So trying to not pay attention to people that are staring
She's
at
going
her.
into her fault when I was that low. Yeah.
I will just keep like looking at those people and then looking back at my food and like, what the hell are you looking at?
A man will approach Temperance and kind of standing in your way, pay attention to him.
I round him with like no hesitation.
With the fluidity of a water monk.
Actually, yeah, I'm really good at it now that I'm a master.
Well, you're not in form now.
No, I'm not,
At
but
least I hope so. Walking around like that would be weird.
Rude.
a giant aura of strength in you.
Who could want it?
No, it's not her aura's not. She is the fluidity of well practiced. Not even no. She does want to keep Budo pretty off again.
From behind her, she'll say, "Well, I heard you were full of cells, but I guess that's it."
Do I recognize?
Nope.
Then I go in.
Okay.
Temperance is arrogant, mean, and she did not make a single friend at all the years she's at the monastery.
Budo is going to silently follow your lead because,
Like, if
you're
I
the
stare at her,
captain.
I don't have to acknowledge the others. No, Temperance not friendly.
So
The
much
Scions
for
are
making
quite literally
friends.
the first people to ever had a friend. I'm still not even certain home at.
I'm just saying, so much for Raziel's idea of make friends with other.
Supposed not to make friends with you. They're not gonna make friends with us.
He's just babbling nonsense.
What do you do? And stop doing that, because not a way to on. Nope.
Okay.
I'll go get delicious blessed isle one views that make them happy.
Okay, no problem. Is there anything particular you guys do while you're here? I'm obviously going to sign up various things, people, events.
I'll give brief overlook for various sites come around, but
Well, you're talking about like several hundred.
for the lesser house.
For the lesser house, for the lesser house feast, you're probably talking about 30 people, maybe
Yeah, and then
40.
one like super standout.
Somewhere. You've got all kinds. I mean, the majority of people you're looking at right now are women.
Oh yeah.
There is probably maybe 10 men amongst them.
Budo probably stands out for being a man and not being a dragon.
Yes, almost everyone around here looks like they probably a dragon, and some of them are definitely. Kabuto is one of the. You do see members of House Margard here. They're about the. Oh, and you recognize Geta. In fact, I think maybe I'm debating.
Yes, and I say, this is weird.
It's out somebody else. No can act. Every's a lie and a I say that as like looking around Game Crowd 99. I'm on it. Kind of like how she was first showed up and didn't like anybody. Yeah, no, I'm pretty aloof with Naya for sure, because Naya was a brat.
Because everything's supposed to be the way that she says it is. It's not bratty.
Anyone,
It's the title.
anyone's pretty power strong.
There are several that do.
Any monk might or graduate point might.
You're not like whole crumble friend.
Which is funny given all Temperance's dice matter, but yes.
I'd say probably not, but if you know the word about that,
Yeah, that looks about right. Temperance goes
you get.
a 3. I actually did pretty well.
No, recognize those.
Alright, everyone else got it.
Hey, Temperance, are those the ones keep staring at?
I look at people glaring at her, which I'm sure have room, but.
Some of them are the mark.
Oh, they're unimportant.
The ones that were eyeballing me.
The ones that were eyeball recognize ship. The other one, half of them are the other half of them have problems who have skill. I think that's rock.
I do have your Bureaucracy aspect, so I give it a go. 4. Of all the classes, Temperance actually attended and paid attention, and apparently was heraldry.
Double checking.
So if they're real minor, probably do need.
Ugh, damn it. So would lore if
Or lore, not.
not every guys.
Lore is pretty safe, not Vars.
All right. So what'd you get on bureaucracy?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So you recognize Legacy sigil because no showed it, and recognize you recognize Coast, you recognize Margard, you recognize the Nazumo. Darn it.
No, we have Rat here.
Huh?
Tiny little-
Nazumi. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. And other than that, there are a couple of other pairs that eyeball.
Why are they eyeballing me like that?
There's one pair that are wearing the same jewel, but they're both really weird.
Well, those ones are House Margard, they're unimportant, and they understand that. And the other ones very well could just like me. Or they're looking at your ears. It's
Remind her that other people.
one way to look at it, but you'll be glare is constant.
I pray that
Malin, like your blessing.
he look taken
What might
back
be
by
so
that.
bad, like right color.
Malin thinks it's fascinating.
Mail up a talk back.
I would still talk about it even if they're
Well, that's why.
I don't know where she is. She could be anywhere. I'm just saying.
like right behind you.
She could be standing right in front of me. I don't know.
Well, I'm asking where is she? You frame this.
Is there much intermingling between the?
There are several different sects that are triangle and F each other, but they're just as much separate. So it's
Malin
kind of
will be attempting to mingle.
okay. And Budo will say,
Have you not paid attention to her?
"What?
Have you not noticed that the attention she pays you?
She hasn't paid. She paid a lot of attention.
She doesn't like that.
Really?
No, she
But
thinks
why'd
she's
you talk to her for so long? Why?
because you were across from him. She was trying to get your attention and ask Daho about you, but apparently Daho was kind of rude to her.
Oh, I don't think meant. I mean, he called dibs on her.
What? What do you mean by dibs?
Showed her, thus trying to claim her.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I figured never light up, but I thought.
Nope. No.
Well,
No.
she's probably
no.
probably let him go.
She doesn't. I don't think she thinks that he should think that he has a chance because she does not like him at all, and he's
But it's
not
Daho.
exactly.
I mean, that'll crush him. I'd be like, all did go okay.
So that means that you will not have any interest in her unless she nicely tells Daho no.
Well, no, I'd say that at all. I'm just saying. I mean, I like the guy. I don't want to crush. Certainly, you understand that.
But she felt like he was being very.
I don't know. He was just trying to be nice.
She said he was being very rude. That's what she said.
I didn't get, but it does say off say that Perhaps that was
And
what.
she said that he tried to,
I feel like I'm like gesturing at her chest while trying to come up with the word.
yeah, pretty much.
Kabuto is clueless.
He attempted to, undress her in front of everybody.
You mean when he fell? I'm pretty sure that was an accident. That was Daho. No, Daho. I mean, it's not even the first time he's done that, Dragonette.
I look at Temperance.
Temperance is looking at her food.
I mean,
assure you, that boy's not on.
I have met some men that do things like that and try to feign it as being unintentional.
I think you
That
need to.
is-
I think Lady Dragon, correct.
Okay, well, as far as Maylin knows, he's just very rude, and she felt like he assaulted her.
Well, can I that over?
I guess.
Okay.
Maylin's kind of stubborn sometimes, though.
Keep in mind, Da's favorite.
Well, I know that.
Keep it in mind. Don't want to upset.
How would I really upset him?
Honestly,
No,
it's
don't
harder
let
than not.
Maylin to upset Razia.
Decided that he's going to avoid Daho,
You know, I actually.
but she is interested in me.
Okay.
And she is a wood dragon,
And-
if you know me.
God let it.
I like how both, like, on either side of Naya, just Kabuto and Temperance with sudden question marks over their head, like, huh? I feel it's higher card.
I agree. I think this is also the wrong place. Look, perhaps I'll take her to dinner sometime. Would that be okay?
Just don't let her talk to
Oh, Maylin didn't do that. She just
Naya, you're precious.
I my best in my head.
not gonna bite it off.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. Lady Temperance knows what I mean.
I
Okay.
think that
But she might bite. I don't know if she does not. If you don't like that, tell her.
He looks at you with utter bewilderment.
Temperance also kind of like, huh? The one that looks like in a snowflake knows too much. The jaded ones know too little.
Well, it depends upon your definition of innocent. When it comes to this whole politicking thing,
Join the crowd. None of us know how to politic.
All right. Is there anything else or anyone else want to talk about the captain?
nope.
No.
Okay. Do you have any minor event that you signed you up for that they could? And by the way, remember, minor events literally make up whatever.
Besides the ones that we're already talking about.
Yes.
Okay, check.
I mean, like, you could enter Raziel into a swimming contest. Could enter Sakura into, like, a bread making contest. Whatever you want to do.
How swimming contest go? Would there be a rule a water dragon can't use her? And how would it be enforced?
There would no such. So yeah, if you're not a water dragon, probably gonna. And if you
Yeah,
are,
he's-
Raziel has a good chance winning that.
Fast, yeah, no, sign that.
Now to subsect that one, put in, multiple different variants swim or just the, like long distance swimming, sprinting.
Temperance is not. The sprint one definitely.
Okay.
And she'll refrain from else. He's already gonna be stressed enough. And I'll sign him up for. Oh no, he'll probably die. If it's the sprint, she'll be too busy handing to Regan.
Who are the sign up?
Is 3 people? Raziel, I guess myself, Water Dragon. And the regatta is just going around the island, or around,
All you
Plasma.
know about it, boat racing for Data, that's what. You also that they
That they do what?
wave.
When is the regatta?
You gotta initiation day, so today.
Okay. Should enter a drag rather than strategy.
Regatta?
Dragon probably gonna strategy one.
Oh, you put it on Ryan?
I feel fire dragon probably not good to put on water.
Oh.
In boat.
Boat might black.
It's not my boat. I'll look at doing what his being a member of boat something.
I strategist. I don't. My would be a way back.
Both
or
broke.
back.
And swords got lost.
And
You're right. A matter of strength being important. So yeah, Orion third. We're gonna be freaking lying with my strength or his strength core.
Other than that, you have one
So the
extra.
boats,
What?
are they already made boats?
Yes.
So
Technically, you won't know
boatmaking
that.
is not a part of it.
So technically,
No, that would be under Sector Craft.
that would be-
That's why I was sitting there like, get an advantage. I stuck my crafter in the boat.
No,
Well, then
because
you
the
could
craft
still
area
repair.
after the boat. Probably for that very big reason.
Craft.
But
is
she
repair.
could craft modifications of boats.
Entirely.
That entirely possible.
You are
And
allowed to
probably
use
not
all of your
necessarily
powers. Well,
And probably they can't ban them.
with you except technically less martial arts.
Again, there's no real way to enforce it.
You can be disqualified.
It's gonna be months of legal wrangling.
Yeah, they'll just kill you, and then, okay, you're disqualified.
That is also very true.
Is there anything that you want to sign up Ryan?
I want to be battle now. I'm trying to think what he is good at.
Put him into a total.
Yeah, there's bound to be an eat competition. I'm gonna sign him up for that.
All right, Ryan.
I mean, Temperance half time during competition.
I'm gonna say it's a suit.
Okay.
You want to sign Udo up? Grant he's here, so he can actually say no.
the gateway.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he signed up for it before I could help.
The gateway in this set of events going to Earth.
That's probably why he meant Earth.
Yep.
That would last. That was 5 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fire was
No.
right.
Because it goes backwards, so
Oh.
after water sees Earth. After
Right,
water
right.
sees wood sees wood. So it's been a while. So Earth is 10 years from now.
Yes. So
If we have enough, we'll get together for Dragon Ball, but I don't.
what? Say that?
If we have enough people for Dragon Ball, but I don't think we were able to get the 5.
I need one Udo. Ryan. Ryan is technically
Raziel's pretty agile.
yeah. One.
Yeah,
And remember, you can't.
I know, as a child. Jago technically pretty good at Dragon
I
Ball.
want to put him on all.
As an alternate.
Okay.
Chocolate is the other, make sure.
Anyone else? My.
I think the terrestrial about is entering Dragon. He's not really sure else. She doesn't know much about mine. Still just calls Donosite. He's like, yeah, you know, that one guy. Yeah, that one.
If this was different,
Unless there's a how long can you stand still, cause not.
no, that's more.
Yeah. So no, I thought something like it.
Okay, you have read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of play the ghetto. Have guy
She's
nature.
posted on the
Oh,
roll 20.
it's not ding
If you
posted,
have open,
If it's your
it won't-
actor.
it won't be.
but not.
Oh, you might want to make sure you have sound. Go to your setting, enable background chat beep.
Is there a specific craft that Cassie?
Probably the wood drag.
Yeah, brief question on that. Is the craft is special the element, or are the visual effects within the element special? So are
check
you
how
crafting special air, or you craft air with special calligraphy?
I believe I have it written that air is the specialty and covers
Okay, yeah, that's the way I've written. I just wanted to make sure the one skill that's got left
subs underneath
Okay.
the sub. Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify that for Ben.
Okay. And then so she's gonna battle the civic sub one.
And Lily's performance, not a talent.
I can't craft on Slay.
I know.
Civic kind of stuff.
The music song. She's a
And then Asher wanted some, but not enough for it.
He wanted to battle royale. No.
Yeah.
Well, he's a young, freshly graduated fire dragon.
Oh, the Naya's not gonna go on the Gata.
No, she doesn't have anything to offer. Cassie wrecking the craft? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I feel like I'm just doing that. It's like, what am I gonna do? I'm trying to figure that out. You're the best sister. Well, not the best sister. Stop talking. Go away. Everyone loves Naya.
Okay. Well, let me know if you have any other pick. Are
No,
there?
he said no
There's no what?
archery.
No, not everything. If there is going to be one, it'll be a.
Yeah, big minor.
So,
It
yeah,
probably
you
isn't an official one, but the wood dragons are like, screw it, we're gonna do it.
A marksmanship.
You can do a marksmanship, but it'll still be a minor.
Yeah.
The only archery is gonna be a premiere.
Well, marksmanship would include throwing and throwing fireballs too. Why not?
But our water.
Yeah, saying it's not just archery.
So is that everybody's
for that one
going
person
into
to show up.
marksmanship?
What do you use marksmanship? Fire pot. You're
Yeah,
going loud.
I can't really think of anything that's in the water element.
None of them
I know
how
a
to
lot of
sail.
people are going to get Dawn crap.
Or are they
because-
going to enter entitled up?
Oh yeah, I guess exactly.
That general.
Yeah.
Everyone going so drunk and Dawn crap. Brewing falls in water.
So does Cook general.
Oh, good craft fair. Temperance needs to find time to go to that craft fair. Ryan is gonna be like, hi.
You want Asher to go and duel it?
I probably would. We can at least let him do that.
You have any martial artist group?
Not. I have a one who hasn't been trained.
Is it a fighting style or is it martial?
It's martial arts. He's not trained Pacific fight style.
Okay, so considered innate. He would be able to or other power.
No, he wanted to be a monk.
He never got to go.
He decided that his sister's sanity was more important. And since he's blooded and she's a dragon, that's probably his life goal or his life mission.